Hey everyone, welcome to Firescale Audiobooks. If you enjoy the audiobooks, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support us further, consider becoming a Patreon member. As a member, you'll gain the ability to request the next part of a novel audiobook I've uploaded, depending on your Patreon tier.
And arrived. This must be the worst climbing experience in my life. Straight up the air towards a stalactite. Am I perhaps a masochist? Anyway, time to start eroding. The big snake's on the move, and from the design of the labyrinth floor, it will appear in front of the adventurers right below me. I've gotta time this just right. Aura of darkness is the only plausible ability I have with this body, especially when my hands are busy keeping myself steady with this thread. I kept one of my arms on the stalactite, both for keeping myself balanced and to inject the aura into the rock. Steady, steady, keep on eroding this thing from the inside. Sure. Boss snake. And it came. Come on, you stubborn rock, fall already. Crash. The snakes started to mess with the adventurers. Good thing this guy doesn't look like a magician type like its smaller siblings. I mean, I would use magic rather than to lunge myself against some intruders, but that may just be me. The two adventurers closest to the snake, with that, I mean the priestess and the hobgoblin, are putting up a good fight by blinding the big beast with light balls and smoke bombs. The leader in the cowboy hat gave new orders to beat the big snake first. The hobgoblin threw more bombs at the snake while cowboy hat threw some wind spells into the snake's mouth. Have some mercy. I've got to remember that one. Crap, I lost focus. Aura, a little more, the rock's starting to shake. Crack. System message. Acquired title, Darkness Technique User. Acquired skill, Lesser Darkness Element LV.1. Acquired skill, Darkness Magic LV.1. Skill, Lesser Darkness Element LV.1, has been integrated into skill, Darkness Element LV.12. Bonus EXP acquired. A new title. For using the aura, probably. And I think it's time to move. I tossed another thread away from the rock and managed to get away right before it fell right on the snake. Dunk. The stalactite, with remains of the aura still lingering on the broken part, had successfully pierced the snake, but not on its head as I had hoped it would. Nothing more that I can do here. Time for a quick retreat, wow. The bandit girl was thrown towards the snake by the orc, and she struck the snake from underneath its jaw. Some light kinda thing was wrapped around her sword, and it penetrated the snake's skull upon the strike. The only thing that prevented the bandit girl from getting a top score is that the snake collapsed with her underneath it. Ouch. Kinda wish I didn't reach the maximum level already, 'cause that thing was probably filled to the brim with EXP. Well now, there's nothing else for me to do here, so let's skedaddle. Wait, what's that? Found you, power spot number 10. Take this. Chain quest, bug the knot, I. Quest giver, ultimate goddess of water, Lusalki. Quest description. Connection with the water knot of Glavras and the world system is now fulfilled. From the newfound information gathered from the connection, it is believed that the dungeon creates a special barrier field by utilizing the vestiges of the Genesis god. This barrier will prevent any higher forces from noticing the existence of the dungeon, unless it is somewhat stronger than the Genesis god itself. Plant tracking devices across the dungeon to bypass the disruption barrier, and put a stop to the devilish dungeon. Quest content. Place 10 tracking devices on different power spots on floor 1 of the water knot of Glavras. October 10th. Rewards. 3.0 skill points. Unlocks, bug the knot, 2. System message. You have earned 3.0 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 3.0 skill points were earned. Quest clearance EXP acquired. Chain quest unlocked, bug the knot, 2. MWA ha ha ha. I did it. Of course, I had some help but I'm getting the rewards, so I'm the winner. What luck it was that I could see the last point, when I was dangling from the roof when the adventurers finished off that stupid snake. Speaking of which, what happened with those guys after that anyway? Not my problem. Anyway, now I can get that heretic resistance of skill. Then I need to figure out how to get rogue after that. 100 DEX is gonna be difficult to obtain. Anyway, I'll take what I can for now. System message. Acquired a skill from the skill shop. Acquired skill, heretic resistance LV.1. Good. Now I just need to boost this and immunity with some initial skills that can be used on myself as well. And now the moment of truth. Name, Garami. Race, Grey Demon. Gender, female. Level, 10. Evolution is possible. Karma value, -51. Skills, 25. Skill points, 7.0. HP, 26 MP, 28 SP, 32 seconds. STR, 37 Vit, 25 Mag, 20. Res, 23 SPD, 27 Dex, 36. Int, 120 Luke, 150. Still missing 64 more points on the DEX stat, and my karma value fell. I mean, it increased. Whatever. I guess I need to see if there's some DEX specialist amongst these evolutions. Discern doesn't work here. Or how would other creatures evolve if they needed identification and discern? Then it should be something like the skill shop. Evolution options. Evolution options. Select your evolution target. Imp. Lesser Gazer. Arachdaman. Dusk Imp, X Race. Dark Geist, X Race. Ria Zera, X Race. And there it appeared. Kinda anticlimactic. Still, as expected of the Grey Demon. There are 6 options to choose from. And what's this X Race attached to half of them? Identification result. Term, X Race. Description. Extra races, or X races, are an evolution option that either refers to a very special evolution, or a mutation of an already existing race. No matter which type, the resulting creature can be considered a unique monster. To obtain an X-race evolution, one needs to fulfill specific requirements, such as having the required stat values, owning specific skills and/or classes at certain levels, or being in the ownership of one or more specific titles. In some cases, one needs to have special traits for this kind of evolution. Said traits can only be obtained from key items that only appear once in a specific time period, leading to the selected evolution to stay true to the name of a unique monster. P.S. Some of these evolutions may be the result of the ultimate gods when they got carried away, so there are no guarantees that the selected race will be bearable to live as. This is better than I could have imagined. And it's 3 of them, probably not something too crazy. They're all rank F on the evolution tree after all. Even so, I should look at them all, just to be safe. Starting from the top, it's the Imp. Identification result, evolution option. Race, Imp. Description, a minor demon that holds power over no attributes. Very weak, but due to that, they are allowed to stay in humanoid cities despite being demonic monsters. Weak. Imps are weak. And what's up with this lackluster information? There's nothing about, I don't know, evolution requirements, attributes of the creature, or skills this thing has. Give me a break. Ugh. I didn't expect that the information obtained from Discern would be so limited due to the low level. In that case, it may be possible not to take a sneak peek at a target's skills. I gotta level it up big time. As for the Imp, let's see if there's something in the book there was, but still, IMPs are weak. Bet that the reason why I got this one is that all rank G demons can evolve into this anyway. Over to the next one. Identification result, evolution option. Race, Lesser Gazer. Description, a demon with the bizarre appearance of a single, floating eyeball. They are often used as familiars, but their only positive feature is their great information-gathering powers. Not sure if I want to look up in the book for this one, turning pages. Yup. I didn't want to look it up and I was right. Too weak. Weaker than an imp. But from its description, it looks more like it's counting on its skills instead of status values to survive. Why is this one available for me anyway? Maybe. Skill list. Ability skills, MP auto recovery LV.2, strength increase, small, LV.11 up to vitality increase, small, LV.6. Magic skills, darkness magic LV.1 new. Active skills, aura of darkness LV.9, stealth LV.10, camouflage LV.10 up 1, spatial storage LV.1. Passive skills, threadsmanship LV.13, up 1, throwing LV.2, new darkness reinforcement LV.16, up 2, debuff reinforcement LV.7, automapping LV.5, language adaptation. Resistance skills, darkness resistance LV.4, poison resistance LV.4, heretic resistance LV.1, new heretic immunity LV.1. Perception skills, night vision LV.16, danger sense LV.15, identification LV.20, discern LV.5, up 1, magic sight LV.19, up 1. Elements, darkness element LV.12, up 1. Monster skills, poison bite LV.5, spider thread LV.19, up 1. Ooh. I didn't know that the skill list showed the updates like this. Nifty. And yeah. 5 different perception skills would unlock something like a lesser gazer for a rank G trash like me. And this third one's probably because of my monster skills. Wait, maybe that's something with high DEX. Identification result, evolution option. Race, Arachdaemon. Description, a demon monster that takes the shape of a spider whose head is a humanoid torso. They are known for their brutality, but their only way of fighting is to use their silk threads, which are highly flammable. The Kegel note tells me that they have a higher DEX than the first two, but a weakness to flames. With the next floor being half flame. Out. Damn. The first 3 options turned out to be trash, but what about the X races? Identification result, evolution option. Race, Dusk Imp. Description, a minor demon that holds the power over the darkness attribute. It's quite mischievous, but it is also quite loyal like the rest of the imp races. Due to that, they are one of the best candidates for magicians practicing black magic. Alright, and the Kegel note says, not bad. It has better DEX and residential stats than the original imp. Maybe those 2 stats are typical for the darkness attribute. I bet I unlocked this variant due to that new title of mine. Darkness Technique User is awarded to people that use darkness attribute skills for a certain amount of time and length of use. The quality of the skill also counts, so the reason I got this title must be from using Aura of Darkness as my main weapon. Then there's the fact that all my other darkness skills also improve thanks to using the aura. While I'm not sure if resistance skills counts for the acquisition of this title, the title gave me a lesser element skill of the attribute, so having the real element skill must also have played a role. Guess I can't expect to get Shadow Technique User or Poison Technique User from using Stealth and Poison Fang. Let's see the remaining 2 evolution options. Identification result, evolution option. Race, Dark Geist. Description, a ghost-like demon made of dust. This specimen is endowed with the darkness attribute, allowing it to erode and absorb anything inside it. It is quite dangerous and aggressive, so people should stay away from it if they see one. This guy has the highest DEX of them all, but a ghost. Nua. That's impossible for me. I'm barely able to withstand my current body. Did I get this one from the Darkness Technique User? No, in this case, I think it's because I have used Aura of Darkness so many times. The description further increases my belief in this theory. Even so, I can't use this thing. If this next one with the strange name isn't any good, I have to settle with Dusk Imp. Identification result, evolution option. Race, Rhea Zera. Description, a spider-like demon that lives in the jungles and caves. They hunt down their targets while hiding in shadows, or use the power of darkness to weaken the enemy before finishing it off. However, the Rhea Zera is also a benevolent monster, and will refrain from attacking prey that is weaker than themselves. And the note says, equal DEX stats as the Geist. I'll take it. Besides, I'm going wild with the spider style lately, so why stop now? Getting more skills related to threads won't hurt, even when I won't be able to use them on floor 2. Damn. Alright, I've decided. System message. Extra race, Rhea Zera has been selected. During evolution, you will not be able to move. Do you wish to start the evolution into extra race, Rhea Zera? Y/N. I can't move. Glad it told me that beforehand, but I've already set up my shop. After placing the final device for the chain quest, I worked with making a nest for myself in the opening in the wall close to it. The entrance is covered with threads of the same color as the wall, and the inside has several layers of spider webs that will capture anything that succeeds in seeing through the fake wall. Now then, there's no time like the moment, so here we go. System message. Commencing evolution to extra race, Rhea Zera. Alright. Kinda scared, but the results are gonna be ZZZ. ZZZ, ZZZ, ha. I'm awake. Yawn, is breakfast ready? Wait just a sec. I don't even have a kitchen. Or someone that makes my food. Now I went and made myself depressed. Ribbit. Frog. And what's Froggy Mac idiot doing here? No. All the webs are filled with small fries. Good thing I installed those webs, or I would have been small fry food. Note to self, get a better base when evolving next time. Asterisk GRRRRR. Asterisk. Oops, was that my stomach? So embarrassing, oh wait. Ribbit ribby ribby ribbit. Frogs. Squeak. Rats. Oh shut it. Chomping time. Burp, excuse me. But man, I was hungry. 3 rats and 2 frogs had trapped themselves, but now they're only bones. While eating, I had a look at my current body. A jet black spider. That's the best way to describe me. Still, my back's smaller than what you could expect from a spider, and I have a neck for some reason, and only 2 ruby-colored eyes. Am I a spider or an ant? No matter which one it is, it's not an explanation for my black hole appetite. Evolution's supposed to only take half of your max stamina, and mana reserves at most. Something's off here, the system message should tell me something. The icon in the left corner of my site's been blinking all the time I've been eating. A living HUD-1 handy. System message. Evolution completed. Due to having reached racial rank F+, the amount of skill point value has increased to 0.2 points. Due to evolution to an extra race, additional bonus to stat values acquired. Through evolution, acquired trait, arachnid. Through evolution, acquired skills, thread control LV.1, and cutting thread LV.1. Through evolution to an extra race, acquired skill, silence LV.1. Ha! Most of the stuff here's what the Kegel note told me when I looked up evolution. An increase of skill points you get from level ups, gaining skills of the new race, but all this extra race bonuses stuff is unexpected. Damn, discern. It let some of the most crucial information slip. Not that it was too bad, but I need to secure large amounts of food if I want to evolve into an extra race again. Having to become a food fighter for some extra skills and stats, wait. My stats increased. More than expected, I mean. Name, Garami. Race, Rhea Zera. Gender, female. Level, 1. Karma value, -53. Skills, 29. Skill points, 7.0. HP, 42 40 seconds MP, 2150 seconds SP, 2148. STR, 47 vit, 33 mag, 45. Res, 56 SPD, 69 dex, 74. Int, 120 Luke, 150. They seriously increased more than I expected. Extra evolutions rocks. I gotta keep on earning those. DEX and SPD went up by 40 or so points, while residential and MP got around 30. MAG, HP, and SP all up their scores by 20, and the rest, meaning STR and VIT, got around 10 points. Maybe not that much for something called an extra race evolution, but hey, it was from a G rank to an F rank. I can't expect that much improvement. Rogue's 100 DEX requirement is still not achieved yet. I guess I should focus on getting used to this new body first. Luckily, I'm on the weakest floor of the dungeon. I can farm weaklings easily. Both for EXP, personal experience, and to get that 10 stealth kills for the rogue class. Cuckoo. I'm itching for action. Yeah, the itch isn't getting scratched so much. Don't take me wrong here. I've taken out rats and frogs here and there, but my level hasn't increased even after all these. Also, the monsters make such loud noises that I can't expect that they count for rogue stealth kills either. My MO is to make webs in tunnels and tight spaces, then wait for some prey to get trapped. Kinda standard, but it works. If those pests weren't so noisy, then I wouldn't need to remove the web each time in case a cobra came by. And my skills are like this now. Skill list. Ability skills, MP auto recovery LV.3, up 1, strength increase, small, LV.15, up 4, vitality increase, small, LV.7, up 1. Magic skills, darkness magic LV.1. Active skills, aura of darkness LV.9, stealth LV.11, up 1, silence LV.2, new camouflage LV.12, up 2, thread control LV.5, new cutting thread LV.3, new spatial storage LV.1. Passive skills, threadsmanship LV.16, up 3, throwing LV.6, up 4, darkness reinforcement LV.16, debuff reinforcement LV.7, automapping LV.5, language adaptation. Resistance skills, darkness resistance LV.4, poison resistance LV.7, up 3, heretic resistance LV.1, heretic immunity LV.1. Perception skills, night vision LV.17, up 1, danger sense LV.17, up 2, identification LV.21, up 1, discern LV.8, up 3, magic sight LV.19. Elements, darkness element LV.12. Monster skills, poison bite LV.8, up 3, spider thread LV.21, up 2. The only things I get to train are my string theories. And even they aren't going up even after all this time. Do I need to use it on stronger guys to get more EXP? Maybe being of a higher rank means you have to do more to gain levels. Yeah, that must be it. TSK. Maybe it's time to graduate to cobras. That's a bad idea. The cobras are magic users, meaning they could probably tear through my webs with their spells. Even if spider thread has become my highest leveled skill. Tug. That's the alert thread. I've made several small threads connected to the different webs that lead to my base. This one is. I forgot to tell you about this, but I've made a base on top of one of the walls of the dungeon. It's better to call it a small hill though. There's a small cave located there, which I've made into my bedroom. Due to that, I invested in the climbing skill. Should have gotten that one earlier. As the only creatures that can reach this height on this floor are me and some bouncy frogs, I've placed sticky threads all over the floor of the hill to catch any frogs and their big feet. There may be some cobras that can climb up like that first snake I encountered, but they're gonna have a harder time than the frogs with the sticky threads. My bedroom's also covered with a cover and several webs, so there are no worries even if there's something that can slip through the threads. Not that I think there's something like that on this floor. Oh, and I'm still making threads out of my hands and mouth. It's not limited to making it out of my but as with normal spiders. Is it 'cause I was a grey demon before, or is it a trait of this race? Oh, right. The trap. A rat is struggling in the web I made there. Seriously, don't make so much noise. I need to rethink my fighting style a little. The rat's useless for me, since it's probably got parasites again, so I used it as a practice target for a cutting thread. With it, my treads can cut through stuff as if they were blades. Or maybe it's more true to say they all became piano wires. No matter, the rat got cut up in the end. Since the skill is so low-leveled, I needed to cut the rat's throats to finish them off. Thanks to thread manipulation, I could move the thread as if I was using some psychic powers on it, allowing me to direct it flawlessly towards the points where I wanted to cut. It also works wonders when making webs. The skill's compatibility with cutting threads is awesome even without the example I just gave. While thread control uses MP as fuel, cutting thread needs SP, meaning I won't go low by using both at once. I left the rat to bleed out, not caring about its filthy corpse. I've got 2 whole frog corpses in my spatial storage, plus tons of weeds. Not that they are any good, but they taste better than the rats. And yes, I can taste stuff again. Or it's the first time in my second life that I can taste stuff. You get the idea. Even if they're easy kills with this strategy, I've yet to gain a new level. I need to find a better way to hunt these monsters without alarming the rest of the dungeon. That and even the stupid rats and frogs are starting to learn that this area haunted by death screams is bad news. I need to set up shop somewhere else or start to actively hunt down monsters. As in not using webs. Or what about? I was lying in wait on a ledge over a small path. There should be one coming soon, there. A cobra. If I take care of this guy, then. The cobra slithered closer and closer, with no care in the world. From the looks of its face, I think it's in such a good mood that it would whistle if snakes could do that. That didn't last for long. Right when the cobra was just below me, it stopped dead in its tracks. The cobra was confused, but before it could do anything, I had thrown my readied web over it. The web covered in a black aura landed on top of the cobra and sliced it to pieces. System message. Aura of Darkness, skill level has reached LV.10. Paralyze ailment has been added to Aura of Darkness LV.10. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Success. A brilliant success. And the aura finally reached LV.10. What a bonus. Using a small amount of MP to use thread control, along with some help from throwing, then using the rest of the MP to use Aura of Darkness, and some SP to grant cutting attribute to the threads with a cutting thread, and you got a shredder that weakens and cuts the unfortunate monster trapped in it. With this, anything that isn't too big or too durable, like those turtles, is mincemeat in front of me. Am I right? Right, no one to answer. I'm not lonely. Not lonely. If I wanted to, I could have ditched this place at any time. I found the exit to this place, but then I would probably miss out on the chain quest. I'm choosing to be a loner on my own. It's not that I was ostracized into becoming a loner. It's that freaking goddess's fault that I'm stuck in this nightmarish dungeon. Arg, why did she have to reincarnate me into this hellhole? It may be good with the thought of not getting slain by human adventurers, hunters, mercenaries, knights, or whatever, but even so. There are limits to isolation, I tell ya. I need some more monsters to slay. Gotta shave off some of this aggression. I got the cobra after leveling up when testing my new shredder strategy on a bunch of rats before. I'll reach lucky number LV.3, then I'll go to the next floor. I mean, there's no way I wanna miss this quest out. Chain quest, Bug the Knot, 2. Quest giver, Ultimate Goddess of Water, Lusalki. Quest description. Keep up the good work. Plant tracking devices on the second floor of the dungeon. This time, try to plant them on the floor's important locations. It is suspected that the second floor has certain facilities that are crucial for the dungeon. Quest content. Place 5 tracking devices on different dungeon facilities on floor 2 of the Waterknot of Glavras. 0/5. Click here to receive the tracking devices. Rewards. 2.0 skill points. If having cleared the previous quest, bug the knot, I. Skill scroll, fear resistance. Unlocks, bug the knot, 3. A skill has been added to the rewards. Not sure if it's any good, but hey, take what you can. Now, where are those cobras? Still have not found any cobras. When you don't want to see them, a big-ass snake pops up, but when you're looking for them, then no. They are too important to be some no-name demons EXP. I'm farming frogs instead. The rats are having the luckiest break of their life now. As for the froggies, not so much. The rumors were true. Frogs do taste like chicken. But in my case, it's cold, soggy grilled chicken. Still better than those nasty, bitter weeds. And they're cut in perfect eatable shapes thanks to the shredder. It's a little messy in retrieving the meat though. And all the blood's ruining the taste. Crunch splash crack creak splosh. Some seriously disturbing noises came from that natural alleyway over there. Either there's a man-eating tiger with really bad table manners, or something that will reduce my SAN points if I take a look. Well, disturbing something, when they're eating is just bad manners on my part. Let's run. Throw splat. Something came flying out of the alley. It's the decapitated head of a cobra. Wait, what? And what happened to this guy? It looks like the meat was forcefully wrenched out, making it look like something from a splatter movie combined with a horror one. And ugh, is that his brains? They're coming out of his mouth. As if it was trying to force itself outside from the cobra's skull. What's that? System message. Danger sense of skill level has reached LV.20. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Yeah, I agree. Something way too crazy just showed up. It looks like a tarblack, something that's a cross between a skeleton and a zombie. Not to mention it's floating while covered in a gray haze. Ike. It's looking over here. What's up with those abyss-like black eyes? I am not tasty. DD, don't float closer, help me. I ran away the moment that thing came too close. No way I'm gonna end up like that cobra. I'm not gonna be tortured to death like that. And why's this thing just ignoring stealth? I ran into tunnels, quickly climbed up the walls, dashed through open roads, but I never shook that thing off my trail. Seriously, work for me here, stealth. Even doing a Tarzan swing with my threads didn't work. What's with this thing? Scary, 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 scary. Ack. Rats. You guys can't see this thing behind me. Wait, this is a chance. I ran towards the rats with the ghost behind me. The rats didn't see me cause of my stealth skills, work on the guy behind me, not only the trash, but they could see the ghost. They stiffened up a sec out of fright, but they tried to escape right after that. Something I didn't allow, as I spat globs of sticky thread on them. I passed the rats and just as I hoped, the ghost stopped to kill the rats first. Now I've got the time to pop. To escape. Wait, not even a sec. The ghost simply stabbed the rat with its long, pointy skeleton hands, and the rat burst like a water balloon. The other 5 rats that saw this turned hysteric, but the ghost simply went to pop the next guy, rat. Pop. These rats can't even be used as a good distraction. Even if I ran away now, I won't get the lead I need to flee this fiend. Ah, that was kinda good. Pop. No time for jokes. But only running around won't help me. This thing's 1.1 times faster than me, and it doesn't look like this guy knows the meaning of the word tired. Pop. Then what? I'm unsure if Aura of Darkness would work on that thing, and that's the most fantasy-ish move I've got now. Wait, that's it. Pop. No time to waste. Initial skills. Something to beat this guy. Initial skills selection. Numbers of initial skill slots remaining, 2. Search for skills frowny face something to beat this guy. Available skills. Holy Magic LV.1. Unlocks Holy Attribute Magic. Cursed Counter LV.1. Inflicts a higher amount of damage taken as a curse attribute counterattack. Heresy Modification LV.1. Alternates Heretic Attribute Type Energies. Alternates Heretic Attribute Status Ailments. Alright, the best sounding one's always the one on the bottom, so dash. System Message. Acquired Skill, Heresy Modification LV.1. Got it. Pop. Wah 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 wah. It comes. Skill, work. Work, 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 work. Aya. I didn't even have the time to close my eyes as the finger of the ghost came closer to me. And then, right before it touched me, a strange barrier appeared with me as its center. The ghost disappeared in a puff of gray smoke the moment the barrier touched it. System Message. Karma value has decreased. Acquired title, Dread Spirit Slayer. Bonus EXP acquired. System Message. Your level has increased. Reached LV.3. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. I am saved. Ha 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 ha. I couldn't do anything except for collapsing on the spot, listlessly laughing and crying, as if my soul had completely broken. That was too scary. All right. I'm back to normal. Even so, I needed 2 days to recover from the shock. But don't judge me. I was just a few millimeters from dying in the worst way possible. Speaking of which, I need to give the rats a prayer. Thank you, Meat Shields. Now then, the question is, what the heck was that? I got some title called Dread Spirit Slayer. Then the ghost must have been something like a dread spirit. However, when I looked in the Kygel note, I only got this piece of information. This information is classified as something that is too known to be added to the Kygel note. If there is some idiot that doesn't get it, they need to learn about it the hard way. What the heck's that supposed to mean? This gotta be that freaking goddess again. Don't mess with me. She's gotta be hiding something here. Phew. I needed that. After crying myself to a mess of tears and snot, including a light mental breakdown from the fear, I mean. Now then, onward to my next course of action. I'm not staying on this floor, as there could be more dread spirits lurking here. Then, I've got 2 options here. Go to the next floor, or escape the dungeon right now. I'm not too keen on advancing through the dungeon after witnessing that thing, especially when thinking about the fact that the ghost has the same magic sight reading as for those things in the lake cave, and on the 6th floor. On the other hand, there are 4 floors between this floor, floor 1, and floor 6. Meaning, the chance of this spirit having wandered down here from floor 6 is pretty low. It may have come from the outside, which kills my mood to go outside. Let's try to change my gears. I used up one of my last 2 initial skill slots on something that insta-killed the spirit in one blow. What was it? It's too tedious to try to remember when I'm still this mentally exhausted. Identification. Name, Garami. Race, Rhea Zera. Gender, female. Level, 3. Karma value, -82. Skills, 31. Skill points, 8.8. HP, 48/48 MP, 59/59 SP, 54/54. STR, 65 Vit, 46 Mag, 58. Res, 71 SPD, 83 Dex, 89. Int, 120 Luke, 150. IA. My stats. They're like 10 points too high. Only the strength stats, but even so. Could this be that title's fault? I'll look it up later. But for now. Skill list. Ability skills, MP auto recovery LV.4 up 1 strength increase, small, LV.17 up 2 vitality increase, small, LV.7. Magic skills, darkness magic LV.1. Active skills, Aura of Darkness LV.10 up 1, Heresy Modification LV.1, New Stealth LV.11, Silence LV.3 up 1, Camouflage LV.13 up 1, Thread Control LV.8 up 3, Cutting Thread LV.6 up 3, Spatial Storage LV.1. Passive skills, Threadsmanship LV.18 up 2, Throwing LV.8 up 2, Climbing LV.6, New Darkness Reinforcement LV.16, Debuff Reinforcement LV.8 up 1, Auto Mapping LV.5, Language Adaptation. Resistance skills, Darkness Resistance LV.4, Poison Resistance LV.7, Heretic Resistance LV.2 up 1, Heretic Immunity LV.1. Perception skills, Night Vision LV.18 up 1, Danger Sense LV.20 up 3, Identification LV.22 up 1, Discern LV.10 up 2, Magic Sight LV.20 up 1. Elements, Darkness Element LV.13 up 1. Monster skills, Poison Bite LV.8, Spider Thread LV.22 up 1. That's the one. Heresy Modification. The Kegel note tells about this one at least. It's a skill that allows you to change the status of a heretic attribute-induced status ailment, either to remove it, strengthen it, or change it to a different status ailment that the heretic attribute can inflict. Also, any type of energy that includes the heretic attribute can be manipulated to a certain extent. That's the skill's main feature. The ailment thing is just a secondary way of usage. I tried to use the skill again, and a barrier appeared with me as the center. I looked at my stats, but neither my MP, my SP, even not my HP went down. So I can use this thing indefinitely without any costs. Sweet. To be honest, when against the heretic attribute, this thing's more impressive than a heretic immunity. Against anything else, this skill's useless though. Or maybe not. My heretic resistance went up a level, even when I only used it for a little moment against the spirit. Then, can't I use it all the time to farm levels with both itself, resistance, and immunity? Let's do that. Ah, but the barrier's shining. Monsters will notice me if I use it all the time on this dark floor. But on floor 2 and 3. And no matter. What else do I need to reflect on? The panic attack I had from before. I had barely any time to think about my options before, so skills that improve my mental abilities. Yeah, I should go for stuff like that. My only potential card against the spirit was Aura of Darkness, but what about situations later in the future? When my skill list is filled even more. I need to become better at thinking on my feet. It won't be always that I only need to place a trap. I need to be prepared in case I fall into one myself. And fear resistance. A skill like that could be useful. Fine. Fine, I say. I'll clear at least the floors before the 6th one. They're too delish to say no to. Are you happy now? Even if you aren't, I'm still gonna do this. But no more ghost spirits, please. Hoot. And many. Too many tortoises. I kept on running from my pursuers while feeling half-cooked to death. Why did this happen? Well, let's go back 3 days or so back to when I decided to enter floor 2. 3 days ago, estimated. Hoot. Damn hot. Steaming hot. The second floor is too humid. Floor 2 of the water knot of Glavras. It's more like a long corridor, with open channels that rivers of water run through. Underneath these channels are a blazing hell of fire. The rivers are boiled and the steam gets taken away by what appears to be natural formed ventilation shafts, if that's possible to be made naturally. Probably a dungeon thing. Anyhow, due to the boiling of the water, the floor's not only hot, but but it's also humid as heck. So hot I'm almost having trouble breathing. Maybe this floor's the distillation floor of the dungeon. Why couldn't it also include an ice cream factory? I walked through the floor and thought about the potency of my threads. They'll probably catch fire the moment it gets too close to the fires. And all the moisture in the air ain't helping either. If I want to use them, I have to think of tactics here. And here I thought that I could do this since I had already passed through this place. No way, Jose. I looked for a fire resistance, but I can't buy it at the moment. Don't have enough skill points. I've got 6.8 of them now, by the way. I bought 2 mental support skills before entering the floor. Concentration and parallel thinking, to be exact. Concentration helps you concentrating on stuff, while parallel thinking does the same with thinking about several things at the same time. They may be not that flashy, but I've come to accept it. Besides, passive skills are the best when it comes to grinding. Active skills such as magic and special moves may get more proficiency each time you use them, but the passives are used all the time, so you only need to farm skills that help you with what you're already doing, then you get proficiency without even trying. And yes, I know it's the lazy man's way of doing things, but it's an efficient one. Having to remember to use your skills all the time's tedious and energy-consuming, if the skills need energy. Should I get some more skills then? Getting 2 of them for 1 point each should be doable. Some of them have reached the point of getting me another 0 point for skill points, so I'll have enough for when I get the requirements for rogue done. Yeah, let's do that. Then, the 2 skills I want are smack. Whoa, too close. The frog's whip-like tongue smacked at the ground where I was 1 moment ago. I kept on moving backward, provoking the frog to follow me. Which it did, right into my birdlime trap. Splat. Got ya, sucker. Ah, I love my threads. They stay sticky even with all this humidity in the air. But it won't last for long. I circled behind the frog, watching out for any potential whip tongues while doing so. Cuckoo. Say your prayers. Poison bite. Chomp, chomp, chompity, chompity chomp chomp chomp. System message. Poison bite skill level has reached LV.10. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Acquired title, Monster Slayer. Acquired skill, Health Increase, Small, LV.1. Acquired title, Merciless. Acquired skill, Intimidation LV.1. Acquired skill, Vital Point Knowledge LV.1. 1 frog down, Poison Bite reached LV.10, and I got 3 new skills. This must be the most efficient face-to-face fight I've ever done. But sheesh. What's with the naming of the second one? Merciless, are you trying to make me sound like some dangerous person, world system? I did a quick discern on the skills, found out that Intimidation inflicts the fear status ailment on others when used. It's attribute-less, so it won't be helping me receive some heretic technique user title. Vital Point Knowledge is a passive skill that makes it easier to see weak points, or vital points, if you want to be technical about it. In other words, I'll have it easier to know where to strike for a critical hit. Did I get the title Cause of the Chomp Festival just now? Or is it that I used the shredder on floor 1? It must be both. As for Monster Slayer, have I ever killed anything that wasn't a monster? Health Increase, Small, is easy to get. I gain more HP points for each skill level. Didn't even need to discern that one. Speaking of a discern, I used it on the frog just now before I bit him, in case you wanna know. Name, none. Race, pond frog. Gender, male. Level, 4. Karma value, 0. Skills, 5. HP, 41 41st MP, 11 11th SP, 44 44ths. STR, 32 VIT, 22 MAG, 9. Res, 11 SPD, 19 Dex, 36. Int, 81 Luke, 86. Skill list. Passive skills, whipsmanship LV.8, jump LV.15. Resistance skills, fire resistance LV.3. Elements, lesser water element LV.1. Monster skills, tongue whip LV.10. Weak. And it doesn't even use its skill points. All these skills are either initial and inborn skills. The inborn skills are a jump, lesser water element, and a tongue whip, since all the other frogs have the same skills. Fire resistance and whipsmanship are those it learned on its own. The former must be from living on this floor, while the latter must come from his fighting style. Many other frogs also learn this skill. I almost forgot the reason why I butchered the frog. I just gotta store him inside my storage, and then take out the device. Swish, click. Thanks to the slingshot thread, I attached the tracking device to the big machine-like thing that the frog had obstructed for me. If he only moved, then I wouldn't have needed to take care of him, not that I'm that annoyed at the frog. The return was more than a little worthwhile. My new strategy of limiting the use of threads worked well against an opponent that wasn't one of those Hosprave rats, a variant of the normal Grey Cave rats. Even so, I won't be challenging any rank E monsters like this. Too risky. I'm rank F anyway. Going against my seniors like that is like asking to be killed. Only using threads right before you need it is more difficult than you would first believe. Or that's how it feels for me, as I'm used to having the traps already made. But using the threads for too long, and they get too soggy for even thread control to work. And using the threads too close to a fire will make them ignite. I had to dispose of the slingshot thread the moment the device was attached to the machine. The slingshots already turned to ashes. Now then, 3 machines down, just 2 more. It's a good thing I had marked the suspicious places I saw on the mental map of this floor the first time I came through. It saves me the time for searching after them. The next gizmo is not too far from here. 2 devices in one day. Score. Back to the present. And well, I found the machine and all, but it was trapped. And the trap called on the 3 tortoises to hunt me down. I've been fleeing for so long that I regret not taking some skill related to it. The tortoises are luckily bulky and slow, so I could slip through them without any trouble. But they're persistent. They may have some pursuit skill or something, 'cause they're just as fast as me despite not having even 20 points in SPD. To make things worse, discern can't be used on the status of creatures at certain ranks unless the level's high enough. To get info about the rank E tortoises, I need the skill to reach LV.15. I'm close to it but not yet. There's also the empowered status ailment that looks fishy, but discern can't be used on that either. The stamina of the tortoises is greater than mine, so they'll catch up if this continues. What is this? A replay of the Dread Spirit battle. Do I always have to run away from monsters here? Grr. I hate this. Fine, if that's how you wanna play, I'll play with you real good. The 3 tortoise guardians kept on chasing Garami with murder in their eyes. After a little while of Garami started to decelerate, just enough to make the tortoises catch up to her little by little. One of the tortoises, the one in the lead, wanted to finish Garami off as soon as possible. That was the reason why the 3 of them were spawned after all. The leading tortoise tapped into its reserves and ran up to Garami. When it was close enough, it tried to bite off half of the spider's body with its bite skill. Tried is the keyword here. Garami noticed the leading tortoise's attempts of an attack from the moment it started to accelerate. Not to mention the nature of the attack. She had already witnessed the power of the jaws that the tortoises had on floor 9, on the very day she was reborn. And she was no longer any newborn either. Right before the leading tortoise could close its mouth on Garami, the latter produces massive amounts of dark aura. So much that the tortoise had to withdraw its head away from it. True to its status as a guardian spawned by a dungeon, the tortoise's instinct regarding danger was excellent. The dark aura would have decreased its stats by quite the amount if it had touched the tortoise, not to mention any potential status ailments. However, that was also the leading tortoise's downfall. Garami was never counting on the aura of darkness to affect the tortoise. Instead, she withdrew a certain something from her spatial storage. By using the thread control and throwing, Garami launched her secret weapon towards the leading tortoise's face. Splat! A wet sound was heard when the secret weapon landed, glued itself on the tortoise's face. It was a ginormous mass of sticky webs. So many and so sticky webs, that it had turned into a single clump of glue-like substance. A failure work of Garami's when she practiced her birdlime traps. The webs were stuck in the tortoise's mouth, suffocating it as Garami used thread control to spread the thread clump to cover the tortoise's eyes and mouth, efficiently blindfolding and gagging it. It would be a matter of time before it would die from asphyxiation. Moving her attention away from the gagged tortoise, Garami started to think of her next move regarding the remaining two tortoises. One of the two didn't waste any time in trying to take over for its fallen brethren, but Garami used thread control through the thread she still held to drag the head of the first tortoise towards the attacking one, making the two of them collide into each other. Not wasting any time, Garami withdrew more sticky web mass to glue the two tortoises onto each other and to the ground. Garami then made some distance from the two tortoises, efficiently neutralizing both of them for the moment. Then, all that remained was bang! Suddenly, Garami was sent flying in the air. The landing accounted, Garami's HP had been reduced by 3/4. A few of her spider legs were also crushed from the landing. It is safe to say that the little demon was facing the direst situation of her life till now. Not understanding what had happened, Garami looked over the corridor after the source of the surprise attack. Then she saw the third tortoise, who hadn't come any closer after seeing the first one being gagged. The third tortoise had used its head and picked up massive rocks with its mouth. Then, mimicking a catapult, the tortoise threw the rock towards Garami. The plan was good, but the aim was horrible. Even when Tortoise NR3 had attempted to squash Garami with the rock, it had only managed to nick it instead after it had trapped both of the tortoise's allies. Still, a nick was all the tortoise needed to send Garami to the brink of death. The tortoise threw another rock, but Garami threw a new thread, and used thread control to drag her battered body to safety behind one of the boulders at her side. The tortoise understood its stones wouldn't reach Garami behind the boulder. However, it also knew that the demon was seriously wounded. Wounded to the point that the tortoise was thinking it had overestimated it. But then it saw the literal mess its two companions were in, and decided to take some caution. The tortoise didn't even consider saving its two companions. After all, if those two couldn't do anything with the web mass, what could it do? A sound but heartless decision. Especially when considering that the first tortoise was soon to die from the lack of oxygen. Ignoring the pleas of help from the other tortoises, the third one closed in on the boulder that Garami was hiding behind. In its mouth, the tortoise held a large rock, both to be used as an attack in case Garami was going to escape with its threads again, or as a guard, in case she was going to gag the tortoise as she did with the first one. The turtle rounded the corner and found nothing. Bewildered, the tortoise started to look around for Garami, thinking it may have managed to escape somehow. It was right then that the first tortoise finally succumbed to the lack of oxygen, giving Garami the EXP needed for an increase in her level, which also came with a full recovery of her life stats, included with a repair of her broken legs. Garami jumped out of the shadows of the boulder where she had hidden with her skills, and landed on top of the tortoise's shell. The tortoise noticed Garami, but not before the latter had started to wrap the former with newly produced threads. The tortoise's mouth holding the rock was sealed off, removing the tortoise's greatest weapon. The tortoise retaliated by using its flexible neck to smash its head towards Garami, who barely escaped this time as well. However, the tortoise's head was now stuck to its shell, courtesies from the web mass that Garami had left behind on top of the shell. Not missing this chance, Garami glued the legs of the tortoise before using a thread, and a thread control, to reach the unguarded neck of the tortoise, and bit down with her poison fang, while also using the aura of darkness. It took a little while, but in the end, the tortoise was finally killed. And the only creature left standing, and not glued down, was Garami. System message. Level has increased. Reached LV.7. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Acquired title, Pinch Breaker. Acquired skill, Battle Continuation LV.1. Booyah! Another tortoise goes down. After winning the fight with that rock thrower, I finished off the last tortoise that was trapped with the gagged one from the start. Good thing it died when it did, or else I wouldn't have gotten 2 level ups then. To think that you can recover lost limbs just by increasing your level, or is it a demon thing? I got titles to boot. What do I have right now? I've gotten so much in such a short time, I don't know myself. Name, Garami. Race, Rhea Zera. Gender, female. Level, 7. Karma value, -94. Skills, 39. Skill points, 8.0. HP, 58/58 MP, 66/66 SP, 60/60. STR, 74 Vit, 53 Mag, 60. Res, 78 SPD, 89 Dex, 97. Int, 120 Luke, 150. Skill list. Ability skills, health increase, small, LV.2 new, MP auto recovery LV.5, up 1 strength increase, small, LV.20 up 3 vitality increase, small, LV.9 up 2. Magic skills, darkness magic LV.1. Active skills, Aura of Darkness LV.11 up 1, Heresy Modification LV.2 up 1, Stealth LV.12 up 1, Silence LV.5 up 2, Camouflage LV.13, Intimidation LV.1, New Thread Control LV.11 up 3, Cutting Thread LV.7 up 1, Spatial Storage LV.1. Passive skills, Threadsmanship LV.20 up 2, Throwing LV.10 up 2, Aiming LV.3, New Evasion LV.2, New Climbing LV.6, Concentration LV.5, New Battle Continuation LV.1, New Darkness Reinforcement LV.17, up 1 Debuff Reinforcement LV.8, Vital Point Knowledge LV.2, New Parallel Thinking LV.7, New Automapping LV.5, Language Adaptation. Resistance skills, Darkness Resistance LV.5, up 1 Poison Resistance LV.9, up 2, Heretic Resistance LV.5, up 3, Heretic Immunity LV.2 up 1. Perception skills, Night Vision LV.18, Danger Sense LV.22 up 2, Identification LV.24 up 2, Discern LV.13, up 3, Magic Sight LV.21 up 1. Elements, Darkness Element LV.15 up 2. Monster skills, Poison Bite LV.11 up 3, Spider Thread LV.24 up 2. Woohoo! Now this is a status page. But damn, still 3 points short on the DEX. Just one more racial level, Garami. Just one measly level more. Don't fall for the temptation of buying a dexterity increase, small, when it's probably possible to earn it with some easy title like the rest of them. But man, am I glad that most of these are passives. I would never remember to use them all the time. And don't point out that parallel thinking has a higher level than a concentration, despite me getting them at the same time, and concentration is an easier skill to level up. And yes, I was looking for a skill related to weaving to help my threads, but I found nothing. Must be some requirements I've yet to fulfill. Now then, what about these tortoises? I've already stored the last guy, but these two are stuck in my failed birdlime web. Even spider thread can't remove this stickiness. Maybe I should make a fuse with a new thread to lead the fire to the goop. But then I would have charred tortoise for my next dinner. I'll rather stick to rats if that's the case. I picked up on something down the corridor. The path leading to floor 1. And these guys are bad news. Magic sight, going bananas. I gave up on the glued tortoises, and went into hiding. Then I saw the new guys that came, knights. I peeked out from my hiding place, a large fissure in the wall. From there I could see the newcomers. Humans, or humanoids at least. They are wearing armor with helmets, so I can't see any characteristic that shows that they're humans or something similar, but there are no centaurs or tentacle aliens at least. No female knights either. The armor had the same white and gold theme, but looking closely, I can see some serious differences between the 6 of them. There's one guy that looks like the model of Arthurian knights, complete with a cape and sword. But he's the most normal-looking one among all those guys. A different guy's without weapons, but his gauntlets are so stupid big that anyone else couldn't lift their arms if they had those equipped. Except for that and some greaves on his legs, he's only wearing leather armor. Probably some pugilist or practitioner of martial arts. That's the feeling he gives. 2 other guys look like magicians that forcefully added armor to their robes. Is calling them magic knights all right. One of them looks more priestish, with the crosses decorating his armor. So magician knight and priest knight. They're the ones with the biggest reactions from a magic sight, and the priest-looking one's got a golden and white aura to boot. Must forget about the spear-wielding fellow. His armor's thinner than the others, probably designed to move around quickly. Even an amateur like me can see he's got some smooth movements. Last in the group is the guy walking in front of the other one. But calling him a knight may be stretching it a little. He looks more like a thief with that huge mantle covering most of his body, and how he's checking the ground like that. Only his helmet hidden underneath the hood, and the metal boots, reveals that he's part of the same group. The knight group kept on moving, closing in towards the glued tortoise duo. Not that they moved with any haste. The thief knight kept on checking the ground for potential traps and such, but after a while, they must have decided that it was safe. So that's how pro-dungeon divers do it. Kinda feel like what I've been doing's been blasphemy towards the real adventures, but hey, I'm a monster. Why should I move like the humanoids? While I was thinking about the difference between monsters and non-monsters, the knight group had started to investigate the tortoise duo. Or I think they're investigating it. They've taken out these wacky thingamajig geese, whatever they are. Looks like video cameras or some scanning devices. There's mana in them, so magic machines. No, that sounds wrong. In any case, if those guys are so busy with their science project, let them be. I'm outta here. Having 3 of those tortoises in my storage would kill my appetite for reptiles. That, and they would rot before I could eat them all. Sometimes, meaning all the time, I wish that spatial storage had some time-freezing functions. Sometimes after I ran away from the night brigade, I arrived at a new crossroad of dilemma. A real crossroad. Okay, I'll stop joking. The road is splitting into 4, like the Greek letter psi. The next floor is through the leftmost upper road, while the first floor is the road at the bottom. The problem, however, is the middle and right road at the top. Both paths lead to a machine that needs to be bugged, but the right road is the most problematic. It's guarded by a freaking 2-headed snake tortoise. I know that 'cause I saw it while exploring the floor on the first go. Ran away the moment I laid my eyes on the behemoth. The middle path's better. Just your everyday frog hive, frog hotel. Frog society. A big area where the frogs in the area have made their official sleeping place. The frogs are easy to slip by, but the behemoth is different. I can't reach the machine without reaching the end of my lifespan. Or can I? This idea better work here. Now, where's a good stone when you need it? Zzzzz, quark, quark, quark. Zzzzz, quark, quark, quark. What snoring sounds from these guys, frogs? Fine with me, as long as they don't wake themselves up. I'm at the entrance of the cave that contains the dungeon machine, and the hordes of sleeping frogs. Even a tortoise will have trouble with this amount of frog legs. No problem for me though. I used a thread as a safety rope and traveled the cavern by walking on the wall. I needed to replace the thread as I walked, but in the end, I reached the machine. Click. And there went the device. Zzzzz, quark. Eek. What was that for? One of the frogs made a loud noise all of a sudden. I was preparing for the worst, but it looks like it was only sneezing in its sleep. Don't scare me like that. But the stupid frog was already sleeping. Can frogs even sneeze? Weird. I had no choice this time, as the timing of the frog's sleeping hours matched my purpose brilliantly, but thinking about it, shouldn't I have thought of some plan B? Believing that I can hide with stealth all the time will come back to bite me sooner or later. Let's get that class with the skill points from this floor's quest. Getting the skill for increasing DEX won't cost me so much, and I can use skill points to force its level up. The only drawback is that I won't be getting any skill points when the skill reaches LV.10 now, even if I make it reach that level naturally afterward, but with DEX being my most used stat, I'll have it reach LV.20 when I get the rogue class. Since I need 3 more points for reaching 100 DEX, I need to spend 3 skill points to get a dexterity increase small, at LV.3. I've already completed the requirements of killing 10 or more beings undetected, thanks to the shredder, or in this case, having killed 10 or more beings before they could react. Then there's the requirement of being in the presence of other creatures without being detected for a certain amount of time, but since I've been in stealth mode for most of my second life, I'm not that concerned about that one. Wonder if the night group has arrived yet. As I thought that, I reached the Crossroad, only to find the spoken devil. Sorry, I meant the knights. Did they take a break before moving on? Or rather, they must have moved slowly due to seeing that there's something in this dungeon that can create birdlime-like thread mass. That came back to bite me. Getting to check out if they're following my lead is a good thing, but damn, that was close. The thief knight looked at the big rock that lent to the wall that divided the right and middle tunnels. They started to discuss it with each other, so I sneakily came closer. What is this supposed to be? Thief knight. It looks like some drawing. Pugilist knight. Oi. Why do you say that as a question? I can see that, but what's the drawing supposed to be? Thief knight. A mouth. Spear knight. A hole. Magician knight. A takoyaki. Priest knight. It's a treasure chest. The right path leads to freakin' treasures, lie. Who made this? And for what reason? Knight. Don't ask me. It could be a trap made by the dungeon, but which path should we take then? Thief knight. Logically, the path the drawing points towards would be the same one, and the other two would be filled with traps. Magician knight. They're both safe. All of them are safe. If it wasn't for the inhabitants. But what if the dungeon's ruler knows about this way of thinking? Pugilist knight. He's right. If that is the case, then they would know that people would take the right path since they expect that one to be the trapless one. So instead, they placed all the traps that could be placed on the 2 other tunnels in the right one, creating one bona fide death trap. Spear knight. Why are you guys complicating this so much? But why wouldn't the ruler of the dungeon lay traps in all 3 tunnels? Priest knight. Ah. Knights. Are you stupid or something? If they could do that, then they would have placed them by the entrance or something. Speaking of the devil, I haven't seen any traps either. Is this place bad with traps? No matter, we need to investigate the whole dungeon. The leads tell us that Guy is also here, so we need to look for him while working on conquering, or destroying, this dungeon. Leave no stone unturned. Knight. Sir. With that, the knight group went to the right tunnel. Finally. I was getting impatient here. I left the frog tunnel and left for the next floor. Good thing I overheard the knights also wanting to beat the dungeon. That increases the odds of them placing the last device after beating the 2-headed tortoise. I even considered a moment to join the fight between them, as both sides will lose some life if they clash, bringing a good chance for obtaining some free, high-quality EXP. Although it would probably end with me dead from a stray shot. I hope those art haters get what they deserve. Wasn't this too easy? Getting to know the knight's plans and all that. Must be overthinking this. I mean, after all my worries, why shouldn't I have a stroke of luck sometimes? The knight's POV. Was that good enough? Priest Knight. I think so, but one can never know for sure. Knight. The Knight group, an adventurer party that called themselves the Grail Knights, walked through the dungeon tunnel while discussing the monster that had tried to keep itself hidden from them. This better work. I hate acting. Pugilist Knight. No worries. The spider in question was skillful and intelligent enough to take care of 2, maybe more, rank E monsters on its own. And from the information we got from the party before, this creature must have the same thoughts about this place as we do. Magician Knight. The knights had already discovered the existence of the spider monster of the Rhea Zera race the moment the battle between it and the tortoises started. Who wouldn't notice a bunch of monsters making hell? Even if it was only the thief knight that noticed them at first. It's better to have a local work with the sabotage of this monstrosity. Even with temperature-regulating armors, we will not be able to explore much of this place without proper logistic channels. Night. The knights had met up with the cheerful hunters party on their retreat from the dungeon. When these two parties met up, the hunters told the Grail Knights the way to enter the dungeon, saving them some time and resources. Due to that, the knights have quite the fair share of goods left in their item bags and storage skills, but not enough to explore a dungeon of unknown size. Some of the more famous dungeons could have 50, if not 100 floors and areas. Due to that, adventurers that go dungeon diving anticipate having to stay in the dungeon for weeks, if not months. The number of materials needed for that is way more than a search for some mystery item that produces the drought. Just hope that the little bugger stays clear of that guy. Spear Knight. True. That guy is known to hate darkness attribute creatures. Magician Knight. We got to meet up with the cheerful hunters by following his tracks, but seriously, I wanna throw him in the slammer more than anything. Pugilist Knight. SSH, something's up there, Thief Knight. The Thief Knight hushed his colleagues and pointed forward to the exit of the tunnel. As silent as their noise-reducing armors allowed them, the Grail Knights walked towards the exit of the tunnel. What they found was a massive cave that contained not only a device bigger than the ones they had seen on their way through the second floor, but also a massive tortoise, possibly 3 times as big as the other specimens that they discovered. The biggest difference between it and them was that the larger tortoise had 2 snake heads. It's sleeping, right? Spear Knight. Dan, get a sleep spell ready. Scent, you place a soundproof barrier. Knight. The same procedure as the last time. Dan, Priest Knight. The same procedure as every time. Scent, Magician Knight. Herman, Wolf, you're taking care of the left one. I will take the right. Knight. Got it. Herman, Spear Knight. Okie dokie. Wolf, Pugilist Knight. Emil, you dash Knight. Look out for any reinforcements, I get it. Emil, Thief Knight. With all their roles decided, the knights moved out. In order not to create any disturbances, Dan and Scent matched their timing and released their magic spells. Soon after, the cave of the 2-headed tortoise was covered in a pale green barrier, while the tortoise itself was covered in white sparkles that made it fall deeper into sleep. Herman struck the sleeping left head with his spear, and Wolf used the force of his massive gauntlets to smash the spear further into the tortoise's head. They had gotten the idea of this combination move from watching people building wooden buildings with nails and hammers. In the meanwhile, the leader knight had effortlessly decapitated the remaining head, showing off the difference in skill between him and the other 2. Not that they cared about it. It was a clear fact that their leader was heads and shoulders above them in combat power. The leader knight made a gesture to Scent, and the silence-inducing barrier was turned off. All right, Emil, we'll take over for you. Knight. The luggage is my responsibility after all. Emil. Emil the Thief Knight switched guard duty with the 3 physical knights and started to store the corpse of the 2-headed tortoise in his storage skill. Meanwhile, Scent and Dan went to the big machine in the back to place the last device needed to complete the quest. This went smooth. So now what? Wolf. We're going to the next floor after those 3 are finished. There's something I want to confirm. Knight. As expected of our great leader. And the reason is... Herman. Checking out why the Black Baron is in this dungeon. Knight. Oh, good idea. I knew he had a base out here, but still, Herman. Then there's the question of why he had the base here at all. Knight. Wasn't he searching for the source of the drought? Just like us. Wolf. And how did he know where the potential source was? Knight. Fair point. Herman. Not that many people wouldn't notice the connection of a dried-out region and a dungeon that's got more moisture than anything else we've ever seen. Knight. As expected of Purcell. You notice stuff like that fast. Wolf. Well, you have to either be some idiot or having lived in this place for all of your life for not noticing that. Herman. Or maybe both. Wolf. Like that spider thingy from before. It looked like it didn't notice we had noticed it. Herman. A local idiot could be just what we need to close down this place. I just hope that it steers clear of the Black Baron. He's a complete darkness attribute monster hater, Purcell, leader Knight. Back to Garami. That's not too bad of a skill those dinos have, even if it hurts me to admit it. Who would have thought that getting discern to a high enough level to see ranky creatures' skills would backfire like T-hi-hi-hi-a-c-h-o-o-o. Sniff. Is someone talking behind my back? Impossible. My reputation as a phantom demon would be worth nothing if that was true. Chain quest, Bug the Knot, 2. Quest giver, ultimate goddess of water, Lusalki. Quest description. Keep on the good work. Plant tracking devices on the 2nd floor of the dungeon. This time, try to plant them on the floor's important locations. It is suspected that the 2nd floor has certain facilities that are crucial for the dungeon. Quest content. Place 5 tracking devices on different dungeon facilities on floor 2 of the Waterknot of Glavras. May 5th. Rewards. 2.0 skill points. If having cleared the previous quest, Bug the Knot, I. Skill scroll, Fear Resistance. Unlocks, Bug the Knot, 3. System message. You have earned 2.0 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 2.0 skill points were earned. Quest clearance EXP acquired. Chain quest unlocked, Bug the Knot, 3. System message. Level has increased. Reached LV.8. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Finally. I was afraid that I had to go back and finish the job myself. A scroll-like thing appeared in front of me, probably the reward, so I stuffed it into my storage to use at a later date. After seeing off the knights towards the floor boss, I went straight to floor 3 to make a base, but I got sidetracked when Discern reached LV.15 all of a sudden. Looking at those dinos that populate the floor used so much time, that I forgot about buying the skills I wanted. Now I can, wait a sec. I level upped again, didn't I? Then. Name, Garami. Race, Rhea Zera. Gender, female. Level, 8. Karma value, -96. Skills, 39. Skill points, 12.4. HP, 61/61 MP, 69/69 SP, 63/63. STR, 77 Vit, 55 Mag, 62. Res, 82 SPD, 93 Dex, 101. Int, 120 Luke, 150. I knew it. 101. One more than I needed. And without buying the enhancement skill. And why's my karma value fallen again? I could swear it was a -90 for the last time I checked. Is it because I tricked those knights? Don't come and tell me that my drawings are so bad that I got a decrease in my karma value because of that. Sulk. I'm gonna make myself a nest and cry a little in my bed before picking the class. That, and for some reason, I've got the feeling that someone's staring at me. It gives me the shivers, so I wanna stay somewhere safe when focusing on the skill shop. So, what type of home does the miss want? Just kidding. Target has initiated stealth ability. Target lost. Returning to Black Baron for further orders. Promise saved in databank. Will kill spider-based demonic being. And arrived. This must be the worst climbing experience in my life. Straight up the air towards a stalactite. Am I perhaps a masochist? Anyway, time to start eroding. The big snake's on the move, and from the design of the labyrinth floor, it will appear in front of the adventurers right below me. I've gotta time this just right. Aura of Darkness is the only plausible ability I have with this body, especially when my hands are busy keeping myself steady with this thread. I kept one of my arms on the stalactite, both for keeping myself balanced and to inject the aura into the rock. Steady, steady, keep on eroding this thing from the inside. Shaw. Boss snake. And it came. Come on, you stubborn rock, fall already. Crash. The snakes started to mess with the adventurers. Good thing this guy doesn't look like a magician type like its smaller siblings. I mean, I would use magic rather than to lunge myself against some intruders, but that may just be me. The two adventurers closest to the snake, with that, I mean the priestess and the hobgoblin, are putting up a good fight by blinding the big beast with light balls and smoke bombs. The leader in the cowboy hat gave new orders to beat the big snake first. The hobgoblin threw more bombs at the snake while cowboy hat threw some wind spells into the snake's mouth. Have some mercy. I've got to remember that one. Crap, I lost focus. Aura, a little more, the rock's starting to shake. Crack. System message. Acquired title, Darkness Technique User. Acquired skill, Lesser Darkness Element LV.1. Acquired skill, Darkness Magic LV.1. Skill, Lesser Darkness Element LV.1, has been integrated into skill, Darkness Element LV.12. Bonus EXP acquired. A new title. For using the aura, probably. And I think it's time to move. I tossed another thread away from the rock and managed to get away right before it fell right on the snake. Dunk. The stalactite, with remains of the aura still lingering on the broken part, had successfully pierced the snake, but not on its head as I had hoped it would. Nothing more that I can do here. Time for a quick retreat, wow. The bandit girl was thrown towards the snake by the orc, and she struck the snake from underneath its jaw. Some light kind of thing was wrapped around her sword, and it penetrated the snake's skull upon the strike. The only thing that prevented the bandit girl from getting a top score is that the snake collapsed with her underneath it. Ouch. Kinda wish I didn't reach the maximum level already, 'cause that thing was probably filled to the brim with EXP. Well now, there's nothing else for me to do here, so let's skedaddle. Wait, what's that? Found you, power spot number 10. Take this. Chain quest, bug the knot, Quest giver, ultimate goddess of water, Lusalki. Quest description. Connection with the water knot of Glavras and the world system is now fulfilled. From the newfound information gathered from the connection, it is believed that the dungeon creates a special barrier field by utilizing the vestiges of the Genesis god. This barrier will prevent any higher forces from noticing the existence of the dungeon, unless it is someone stronger than the Genesis god itself. Plant tracking devices across the dungeon to bypass the disruption barrier, and put a stop to the devilish dungeon. Quest content. Place 10 tracking devices on different power spots on floor 1 of the water knot of Glavras. October 10th. Rewards. 3.0 skill points. Unlocks, bug the knot, 2. System message. You have earned 3.0 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, and additional 3.0 skill points were earned. Quest clearance EXP acquired. Chain quest unlocked, bug the knot, 2. MWA ha ha ha. I did it. Of course, I had some help, but I'm getting the rewards, so I'm the winner. What luck it was that I could see the last point, when I was dangling from the roof when the adventurers finished off that stupid snake. Speaking of which, what happened with those guys after that anyway? Not my problem. Anyway, now I can get that heretic resistance skill. Then I need to figure out how to get rogue after that. 100 DEX is gonna be difficult to obtain. Anyway, I'll take what I can for now. System message. Acquired a skill from the skill shop. Acquired skill, heretic resistance LV.1. Good. Now I just need to boost this and immunity with some initial skills that can be used on myself as well. And now the moment of truth. Name, Garami. Race, Grey Demon. Gender, female. Level, 10. Evolution is possible. Karma value, -51. Skills, 25. Skill points, 7.0. HP, 2626 MP, 2828 SP, 3230 seconds. STR, 37 VIT, 25 MAG, 20. Res, 23 SPD, 27 Dex, 36. Int, 120 Luke, 150. Still missing 64 more points on the DEX stat, and my karma value fell. I mean, it increased. Whatever. I guess I need to see if there's some DEX specialist amongst these evolutions. Discern doesn't work here. Or how would other creatures evolve if they needed identification and discern? Then it should be something like the skill shop. Evolution options. Evolution options. Select your evolution target. Imp. Lesser Gazer. Arachdaman. Dusk Imp, X race. Dark Geist, X race. Rhea Zera, X race. And there it appeared. Kinda anticlimactic. Still, as expected of the Grey Demon. There are 6 options to choose from. And what's this X race attached to half of them? Identification result. Term, X race. Description. Extra races, or X races, are an evolution option that either refers to a very special evolution, or a mutation of an already existing race. No matter which type, the resulting creature can be considered a unique monster. To obtain an X-race evolution, one needs to fulfill specific requirements, such as having the required stat values, owning specific skills and/or classes at certain levels, or being in the ownership of one or more specific titles. In some cases, one needs to have special traits for this kind of evolution. Said traits can only be obtained from key items that only appear once in a specific time period, leading to the selected evolution to stay true to the name of unique monster. P.S. Some of these evolutions may be the result of the ultimate gods when they got carried away, so there are no guarantees that the selected race will be bearable to live as. As said before, my work on the other trees has been relatively painless, except for when I misjudged the MP consumption of the new Lightwalk skill. My poor head. However, all those were simple no-name trees, located on the floor's most forsaken places. No monsters would want to spend time or energy watching over those. Meaning that this is the real deal. There's bound for something to come once I start working on this tree. Better ready myself for anything that may happen. I arrived at the targeted tree. It stood tall in a pool of river water. Maybe the reason why the quest involved the trees because they're connected to the dungeon in some way. Not my problem, as long as I get paid here. Are there any big bad monsters here? Left, clear. Right, clear. Back, clear. Front. Only the tree. We're ready to go. I threw a thread up to the tree, and pulled myself up with a thread control. When I landed, I made sure to use Lightwalk and silence to reduce the amount of noise as much as possible. It worked to a certain degree. Not enough to catch the attention of anyone in the city, but you can never know in this stupid large, empty area. Which is also located underground, in case you had forgotten. Sounds down here can travel damn far. Let's take another look. Nothing west, nor east and south. Ugh. Dinos at 6 o'clock. No, the two of them are just passing by. They're not even looking over here. I'll wait for them to walk away, too. Don't those guys travel in a herd of 3? Crash. The bad feeling came true. The third dino had crashed into the tree from the other side. Not to mention it has the skills to slip through the danger sense radar until it came this close. The dino used its clawed legs to climb the tree more skillfully than I had expected. I climbed higher up the tree in hope of the dino slipping on the thinner branches. Unfortunately, this guy's got some smarts. It doesn't climb higher than the branches that could withstand its weight. We're at a standstill. Dash. Splash. Wadash. Water? Where did the remaining dinos? They came back. It's a freaking trap. The two dinos stayed on the shore and spewed blasts of water from their mouths, so I had to use the limited space at the top of the tree to dodge the blasts. And below me is the climbing dino, ready to snap me up or in half the moment I lose my grip. Fine then. Take some or dash. Yikes. Now even this guy's starting barfing water blasts at me. Then, what about some thread? Nope. I almost got hit by a blast from the shore. Then should I go personal with a venomous bite? Nah, the dino can just jump into the pool with me along with it. Ugh, this is bad. There's no way out, unless I get a little drastic. I jumped back from the latest water blast and ended up on the tip of a branch, barely able to hold me. The dinos saw this and wasted no time. The two on the shore tried to keep me at that place with their bombardment, while the third one climbed higher up. I tried to fight back, but the constant bombardment kept me from doing anything except clinging on the tree branch for my dear life. Before I could act, the climbing dino reached the branch I was on and dash. Cut it. In one swipe. Damn, those claws are sharp. That was all I could think of while falling into the pool below. The dino looked pretty smug about his action. Sucker. Splash. Cough, cough, blee. I must have swallowed half the river. The plan worked. A brilliant escape. The dinos have no idea that I could escape the river torrents after getting dropped into the water like that. The trick is simple. I made an opening with spatial storage big enough to store all the river water flowing towards me, while also making an opening on the other side, which resulted in a currentless area of the river. Then I just needed to pull myself back on land with my threads. This strategy was only possible due to my body being incapable of sinking. I'm like a life buoy. That, and because I already knew about the topography of this floor. Spending a long time on this floor worked out in the end for me. It's a strategy that only I could use. Still, no matter how brilliant, or whatever you want to call it, my plan was, this was my first real defeat, and it ended with one of the worst experiences ever. Imagine that you're riding the biggest, baddest waterslide ever, but inside a laundry machine that was running at max speed. The only good thing is that the pool part of the ride was relatively calm, so I could get a grip over the situation before being thrown into the currents, but damn, that's an experience I don't want to relive. I crashed into the rocks in the river. I was afraid that my HP would reach 0 before I could activate spatial storage. It's a miracle that I could keep my breath for so long under those circumstances. If I ever get a humanoid body, the first thing I'll do is to get the swimming skill. I mean, if there's a skill for jumping and running, then one has to expect a swimming skill as well. I tried to look after one before, but I couldn't find one even with 7 skill points. It must be my body's fault. It's not screaming swimming athlete or something. As for why that dino managed to bypass my danger sense, it's because of one of the skills it had. I got a look at it while falling from the tree. It was a sneak, the moving version of a hiding. Oh, and why I know that is because stealth is the combined, evolved version of the two former skills. Sneak or no sneak, it was pathetic of me not to notice the dino. And here I was so proud of becoming a rogue. There are two problems with the current me that led to the defeat by the dinos before, and it will bite me in the future if I don't resolve them. If you know yourself and your enemy, you need not fear the result of 100 battles, was it? Those are famous words from Sun Tzu, so let's honor them now. I'll go over them while chewing on the recovery herbs that I've got stored. They sometimes pop up as mutations along with the more dangerous types such as the crackerberries, so only someone with identification, like me, would even think of picking them up. My first problem is that my detection abilities are too weak. I can notice any sneaking bastards easily with a magic sight and a danger sense, but the moment they use a hiding type skill, I'm doomed. To think my worst enemy would be the same type as myself. I can fix this by getting some skills that specialize in countering hiding skills, but I won't be aiming for those right now. The reason lies in the rogue class. Like skills, classes award the owner with something when it reaches a level that's a multiple of 10. The difference is that classes award skills instead of skill points. And one of the skills the rogue class gives is called discovery. The effects of that skill can be considered the nemesis of my build. It reacts to anything that tries to stay hidden, skill or no skill. Just how much you can discover is determined by the level of the skill, but even so, it's just what I needed to solve this problem. So solution NR1, train the rogue class like there's no tomorrow. The second problem is my lack of power. When faced against the dinos without any threads or plans, I was a sitting duck or a sitting spider. Looking at it logically, the dino monsters have a racial rank of E while I'm an F+. I've beaten cookies tougher than me before, but that was when I had a plan, several traps, the element of surprise, and a damn big portion of luck on my side. Another thing to point on is that all my fights were either defensive battles or battles which I started with a trap or some other advantage. This time, however, I was the one initiating the attack. And I failed miserably. I may be strong against individuals, but place me against a group that works to defend an area, and I'm not worth even a penny. Therefore, I need firepower. I've only focused on my strong points of traps, webs, and debilitating, but I lack something that literally packs a punch. Therefore, I need to find a way to produce the said punch. It could be easily done by farming EXP and evolve again, but since my goal is to evolve into the Korkaigal race, or something similar to it, picking an evolution just for its battle prowess would be like putting the carriage before the horse. If I have no other choice, then I have to do so, but let's not do anything too hasty. Ugh, I'm beat. Wonder how my HP is holding. Maybe some of my less popular skills got something out of this. Then the whole first loss deal will be a little more bearable. Name, Garami. Race, Rhea Zera. Gender, female. Level, 8. Karma value, -102. Skills, 47. Skill points, 1.2. HP, 4160 seconds MP, 3969 SP, 2163. STR, 77 VIT, 57 MAG, 62. Res, 82 SPD, 93 Dex, 101. Int, 120 Luke, 150. Skill list. Ability skills. Health increase, small, LV 0.5, up 2, MP auto recovery LV 0.6, strength increase, small, LV 0.20. Vitality increase, small, LV 0.11 up 2. Magic skills, darkness magic LV 0.1. Active skills. Aura of Darkness LV 0.11, Heresy Modification LV 0.3, Stealth LV 0.13, Silence LV 0.7. Odorless LV 0.2, Camouflage LV 0.13, Intimidation LV 0.1, Lightwalk LV 0.4 up 1. Thread Control LV 0.13, Cutting Thread LV 0.7, Piercing Thread LV 0.2 up 1, Spatial Storage LV 0.1. Passive skills. Whipsmanship LV 0.1, Threadsmanship LV 0.22, Throwing LV 0.13, Aiming LV 0.6. Evasion LV.3, up 1, parkour LV.4, climbing LV.10, concentration LV.9, up 2, ambush LV.1. Battle continuation LV.1, darkness reinforcement LV.17, debuff reinforcement LV.8. Gathering LV.5, vital point knowledge LV.2, parallel thinking LV.11, up 2, automapping LV.6. Language adaptation. Resistance skills. Darkness resistance LV.5, poison resistance LV.9, heretic resistance LV.7. Heretic immunity LV.2, fear resistance LV.2, up 1. Perception skills. Night vision LV.18, danger sense LV.22, identification LV.26, discern LV.16. Magic sight LV.22. Elements, darkness element LV.15. Monster skills, poison bite LV.11, spider thread LV.26. Not that big of an increase, but this is in a short time pocket, so it's not bad. Karma value of a -102. How did my escape plan could be better from the system's point of view as well, huh? Crazy plans or judging systems aside, this is perfect. A -100 on my karma value is just what I needed for those skills. But first, let's deliver the branches before picking that skill. Along with the branch that the Dina was so kindly to cut off for me, I retrieved the other 2 branches that I hadn't delivered yet from my storage and started fiddling with the quest controls to send them to the quest giver, or wherever they're sent to. A magic circle appeared underneath the branches and disappeared into it except for one. Wait, why? Is there something wrong with the quality? The quest description didn't say anything about 1930ths branches delivered. Is the night group working overtime? No, that's not it. Since the remaining branch is too dry to be the one that I just got, and it's not been that long ago since I obtained the 5th branch either, so I know that tree ain't missing any branches. I think. So by the process of elimination, the branch that remains would be from practice tree NR4. This is strange, as it's the tree that's the farthest from the entrance to floor 2, meaning there's a low probability that it's the night group who are also playing gardener. As I've secured the rewards for this quest already, why not see who this gardener is? But first, I wanna pick the skill I still miss. So, initial skills selection. Numbers of initial skill slots remaining, 1. Search for skills, evil eye skill. Available skills. Darkness evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that inflicts darkness attribute damage to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns purple with black scara. Shocking evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that inflicts shock ailment to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns yellow with diamond-shaped pupils. Some races may have yellow marking similar to eye shade appear around their eyes, even when the skill is not in use. Paralyzing evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that inflicts paralyze ailment to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns golden with slit pupils. Petrifying evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that inflicts petrification ailment to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns swamp green, and their pupils become rectangle-shaped. Grudge evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that reduces the life stats and strength stats to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. Can only be used with one of the skill holder's eyes. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns turquoise with black scara. Some races may have turquoise marking similar to eye shade appear around the eye the skill is concentrated on, even when the skill is not in use. Painful evil eye LV.1. Heretic attribute evil eye skill that inflicts heretic attribute effect, illusion pain, to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns gray, and their pupils take the shape of a broken pentagon. Charming evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that inflicts charm ailment to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns pink with a lilac heart mark in the pupil. Fearful evil eye LV.1. Heretic attribute evil eye skill that inflicts heretic attribute effect, illusion fear, to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns amber with black scara. Rage evil eye LV.1. Evil eye skill that inflicts rage ailment to anything in the skill holder's line of sight. Can only be used with one of the skill holder's eyes. While in use, the skill holder's eye turns red with slit pupils. Wow! More than I hoped for. I think we can skip the last three, they sound more to be used on humans than on monsters. And that fear eye ain't worth wasting one of my bonus skills on. I've got intimidation already. Even if I don't use it that much. The two attack type eyes must be the darkness eye and the grudge eye. The latter one is more of a pseudo attack, but even aura of darkness can't reduce the life stats. It's probably due to the aura that those two skills popped up though. I mean, there aren't any fire eyes or heretic eyes here after all. Or maybe it was that technique user title. The remaining 4 options aren't that bad either, as they can stop any charging monsters dead in their tracks in many different ways. So the question is, do I want attack power or an improved method to trap monsters without needing any preparations? It gotta be that one. I'll take that, then go and investigate my potential new competitors. Wonder who they are. Faster, you idiots, faster. Get those trees a new haircut already, or I'll give you a new cut. But sir, we do not have hair to shorten. And I look snazzy as a cue ball. I didn't say anything about hair. Get those trees pruned right now. Yeah. And cut off those branches while you're at it. Ugh, why do I have to deal with these rust buckets? And you, are you sure you saw that demon? Affirmative. So a darkness attribute demon, only found in the jungle, is inside an underground dungeon filled with water attribute monsters. Affirmative. Due to lacking equipment, failed to exterminate the pest. Requests for highly explosive incinerator rounds. Are you trying to burn the whole dungeon to ashes with us still inside? You are on guard duty for the rest of this operation. Warn me if anything tries to approach us. Affirmative. Good. Then dash. Report. A group of knights, probably defectors from the Avalar Kingdom, have been seen entering this floor of the dungeon. What? Why didn't you say anything? This unit was not on guard duty until now. Extermination of pests more important. Ugnaaf. And arrived. This must be the worst climbing experience in my life. Straight up the air towards a stalactite. Am I perhaps a masochist? Anyway, time to start eroding. The big snake's on the move, and from the design of the labyrinth floor, it will appear in front of the adventurers right below me. I've gotta time this just right. Aura of darkness is the only plausible ability I have with this body, especially when my hands are busy keeping myself steady with this thread. I kept one of my arms on the stalactite, both for keeping myself balanced and to inject the aura into the rock. Steady, steady, keep on eroding this thing from the inside. Shaw. Boss snake. And it came. Come on, you stubborn rock, fall already. Crash. The snakes started to mess with the adventurers. Good thing this guy doesn't look like a magician type like its smaller siblings. I mean, I would use magic rather than to lunge myself against some intruders, but that may just be me. The two adventurers closest to the snake, with that, I mean the priestess and the hobgoblin, are putting up a good fight by blinding the big beast with light balls and smoke bombs. The leader in the cowboy hat gave new orders to beat the big snake first. The hobgoblin threw more bombs at the snake while cowboy hat threw some wind spells into the snake's mouth. Have some mercy. I've got to remember that one. Crap, I lost focus. Aura, a little more, the rock's starting to shake. Crack. System message. Acquired title, Darkness Technique User. Acquired skill, Lesser Darkness Element LV.1. Acquired skill, darkness magic LV.1. Skill, lesser darkness element LV.1, has been integrated into skill, darkness element LV.12. Bonus EXP acquired. A new title. For using the aura, probably. And I think it's time to move. I tossed another thread away from the rock and managed to get away right before it fell right on the snake. Dunk. The stalactite, with remains of the aura still lingering on the broken part, had successfully pierced the snake, but not on its head as I had hoped it would. Nothing more that I can do here. Time for a quick retreat, wow. The bandit girl was thrown towards the snake by the orc, and she struck the snake from underneath its jaw. Some light kinda thing was wrapped around her sword, and it penetrated the snake's skull upon the strike. The only thing that prevented the bandit girl from getting a top score is that the snake collapsed with her underneath it. Ouch. Kinda wish I didn't reach the maximum level already, 'cause that thing was probably filled to the brim with EXP. Well now, there's nothing else for me to do here, so let's skedaddle. Wait, what's that? Found you, power spot number 10. Take this. Chain quest, bug the knot, I. Quest giver, ultimate goddess of water, Lusalki. Quest description. Connection with the water knot of Glavras and the world system is now fulfilled. From the newfound information gathered from the connection, it is believed that the dungeon creates a special barrier field by utilizing the vestiges of the Genesis god. This barrier will prevent any higher forces from noticing the existence of the dungeon, unless it is someone stronger than the Genesis god itself. Plant tracking devices across the dungeon to bypass the disruption barrier, and put a stop to the devilish dungeon. Quest content. Place 10 tracking devices on different power spots on floor 1 of the water knot of Glavras. October 10th. Rewards. 3.0 skill points. Unlocks, bug the knot, 2. System message. You have earned 3.0 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 3.0 skill points were earned. Quest clearance EXP acquired. Chain quest unlocked, bug the knot, 2. MWA ha ha ha. I did it. Of course, I had some help, but I'm getting the rewards, so I'm the winner. What luck it was that I could see the last point, when I was dangling from the roof when the adventurers finished off that stupid snake. Speaking of which, what happened with those guys after that anyway? Not my problem. Anyway, now I can get that heretic resistance skill. Then I need to figure out how to get rogue after that. 100 DEX is gonna be difficult to obtain. Anyway, I'll take what I can for now. System message. Acquired a skill from the skill shop. Acquired skill, heretic resistance LV.1. Good. Now I just need to boost this and immunity with some initial skills that can be used on myself as well. And now, the moment of truth. Name, Garami. Race, Grey Demon. Gender, female. Level, 10. Evolution is possible. Karma value, -51. Skills, 25. Skill points, 7.0. HP, 26/26 MP, 28/28 SP, 32/30 seconds. STR, 37 Vit, 25 Mag, 20. Res, 23 SPD, 27 Dex, 36. Int, 120 Luke, 150. Still missing 64 more points on the DEX stat, and my karma value fell. I mean, it increased. Whatever. I guess I need to see if there's some DEX specialist amongst these evolutions. Discern doesn't work here. Or how would other creatures evolve if they needed identification and discern? Then it should be something like the skill shop. Evolution options. Evolution options. Select your evolution target. Imp. Lesser Gazer. Arachdaman. Dusk Imp, X Race. Dark Geist, X Race. Ria Zera, X Race. And there it appeared. Kinda anticlimactic. Still, as expected of the Grey Demon, there are 6 options to choose from. And what's this X race attached to half of them? Identification result. Term, X race. Description. Extra races, or X races, are an evolution option that either refers to a very special evolution, or a mutation of an already existing race. No matter which type, the resulting creature can be considered a unique monster. To obtain an X-race evolution, one needs to fulfill specific requirements, such as having the required stat values, owning specific skills and/or classes at certain levels, or being in the ownership of one or more specific titles. In some cases, one needs to have special traits for this kind of evolution. Said traits can only be obtained from key items that only appear once in a specific time period, leading to the selected evolution to stay true to the name of unique monster. P.S. Some of these evolutions may be the result of the ultimate gods when they got carried away, so there are no guarantees that the selected race will be bearable to live as. Well, there is a problem with the final tree, located in the center of the floor. A group of what appears to be the evolved form of the raptor-like dinosaur monsters we have encountered on this floor have gathered in that area. Breaker. So, the floor boss decided to take matters into its own claws. Just have assault crush them all. Black Baron. But sir, all those evolved specimens are classified as the floor boss. Breaker. What? Black Baron. Yeah. How did that happen? Is the floor boss some hive mind with the other evolved dinos? He. Even the big bad assault can't do anything about that. Scarecrow. As if you could. Wait a minute, that's supposed to be no challenge for that mechanical muscles for brains. Black Baron. It seems his logic circuits cannot decide which dinosaur to target first, as they all have the same amount of strength. Breaker. Now that's just they the same. Black Baron. It says so in the report. Breaker. Damn my luck. Tell that idiot that I'll go and take charge, so just shoot whichever of those monsters he gets his sights on. Ugh, I should have just left him here instead of trying to optimize his punishment. That's what I get for not installing a better intelligence chip into that guy. Black Baron. Why didn't you do that, boss? Scarecrow. Because if someone with that much firepower gets too smart, there will be a robot uprising. You don't need to be a genius to understand that. Black Baron. Robot uprising. Scarecrow and Breaker. Yeah. What about it? Black Baron. Nothing, grin Scarecrow and Breaker. And don't get any ideas or I'll recycle you both into waste management bots. Black Baron. You. Scarecrow and Breaker. I concur. You at the highest level. The Baron then boarded a machine that was hidden behind the bot press. Is that an airboat? It looks like a cross of one and a car, except for being a one-seater. The wheels look like propels as well. The wheels changed position, turned into some sort of anti-gravitational propels or something. It's a real deal hovercraft. Oi, why are someone like that Baron allowed in this world? He should rather be in some sci-fi one instead. I'll go and take command over Assault's troop myself. You two nincompoops can start readying the explosives across this floor. Activate them when I give the order. Black Baron. Roger. Scarecrow and Breaker. Wait. I haven't identified the Baron yet. Explosives. Ah, the Baron's getting away. Come back. All right, bomb bots. Place the spheres all over the floor. Scarecrow. You're talking backward again. Breaker. Arg. I need to stop those bombs first. Gore, just you wait, you stupid Baron. The next time I see you, I'll wrap you up like a bagworm. The Black Baron's POV. Where's that stupid hunk of junk? Kaboom. Ah, there he is. And a note to self, even if I can't give him some extra INTs, let's try to add some patience into that trash heap when I get back to the lab. Black Baron. I steered the hovermobile to the explosions, and guess what I found? A yellow and black humanoid robot, looking no different than a human wearing full-plate armor. Armor with huge barrels attached to the gauntlets, a huge jetpack, and claws for feet. It's assault, surrounded by the remains of my sphere bots. Who did that? Oh, the answer's obvious. The army of evolved dinosaurs. They look like bigger, more feathery versions of the small raptors that kept on trying to eat me when we entered the floor. Ether bullets inefficient on army of opponents. Moving to guns festival mode assault. Stop that, you scrap for brains. Those aren't even real. They're avatars made of magic. Why else do you think you're the only one unscratched? Black Baron. This assault is leagues over simple sphere bots. There is no way I could be defeated by something of this level. Assault. That's because of the dash. TCH, forget it. Just aim for the real floor boss and ignore the trash. Black Baron. Negative. This unit should not perform such a cowardly action. Assault. Do you want to be recycled into a non-lethal machine? Black Baron. Cowardly action initiated. Assault. Assault has finally started to search for the real pest boss amongst the pest boss counterfeits. If he only stopped wasting ammo on blowing away the copies, he easily could slip through no matter. We'll be finished before dinner at this pace. Just you wait, Glavras. Just you wait. Just wait till I get my hands on you, you damn backstabbing debt escaper. Black Baron. What debt? The debt that snake of a rat has with me after I modified that dungeon core of his. If he's not gonna pay me back, then he can say goodbye to his precious dungeon. Oh ho ho ho. Ha! Who was Dash? Black Baron. K.A. Bang. Jaya Ah. Who's firing magic on people right in the middle of a question? Black Baron. Was it the floor boss? No, it's occupied with assault. Then, that knight armor. Your Purcell. The no-good knight that was kicked out from Avalor. Black Baron. Watch your words. You make it sound like they kicked me out because I was useless, not because I left due to their horrible treatment of non-humans. Purcell. Good point. But what do you want anyway? Black Baron. Let's see, looking for the cause of the drought that terrorizing the region, taking down this dungeon, trying to haul the main culprit for this whole shebang to the court, you know, nothing much. Right, mastermind, the Black Baron. Purcell. Whoa there. It's the guy, the snake that made this place that you should have a beef with. Don't invite me to any grill parties I have nothing to do with. Black Baron. Yeah, right. And your modifications aren't what made all this happen. Gauntlet Knight on Purcell's team. Beep. Wee hee 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 l, don't say it like that, Black Baron. Seems like I can't fast talk myself out of this jam. Better try to drag this out until the sphere bots around the floor react to the homing beacon. Ka-boom, array-tata-tata. Destroy. Destroy. Assault. That guy's not gonna be of any help before he's tired of playing with the floor boss. Ugh, this day can't be any worse than this. Garami's POV. I quickly stepped aside for the rolling robot and turned around to face it. The bot stopped its roll to reposition itself, so I'm doing my attack before it can do so. The thread in my hand made a sharp sound as I whipped it towards the head. The ballbot tried to catch the incoming thread as if it was a sword. Can he do it? Can this no-name robot manage the impossible? Slip. Crash. Nope. No good. The thread's too thin to be caught by someone as uncoordinated as the ballbot. And I used both whipsmanship and a threadsmanship to help me maneuver the thread. And even if he did catch the thread, I could use a thread control to wrap him up in a moment. Just add some cutting thread to the binding, not that I didn't use it from the very beginning. Whip users around the world would kill for an ability like that. There's probably something similar already out there though. And more importantly, crack. There goes the detonator. As one could expect from a robot-making, mad scientist. Even the bombs are high-tech. They look like capsules with a timer attached. Thank God that the design is kinda similar to the ones from Earth. And with that, the third bomb's taken care of. They're gonna explode before I reach all the bombs, right? I mean, there were more than 100 of those ballbots that were armed with these bombs. I'm getting the shivers of having this thing out in the open, so let's seal it in the storage. As for the current problem, what shall I do? Just why did that stupid mustache face have to order the demolishing of the floor? Wait, wasn't there something else? Think, Garami, think. That's it. He said, activate them when I give the order. Why did he order the bots to do it instead of doing the honor himself? With that getup, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a serious case of vanity. Considering the facts I have on hand, the answer must be that the Black Baron can't detonate them due to some security issues. Meaning that either the place the Baron was heading for was too dangerous to take the detonation switch with him, or the two sidekick bots have the power to safely guard the button. Nah. That last one's impossible. It's better to expect that they have some sort of bodyguard with them. Bodyguard or not, I need to take that switch from them, or else I can kiss this floor goodbye. And the chain quest with it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 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 Scarecrow and Breaker. Someone's having a lot of free time, despite others, meaning me, had to run all the way back here. Shoot. Shoot dash. Ah no. Scarecrow. I win. Therefore, I shall activate the detonation switch. Breaker. The detonation dash, that remote control there. Where did I put my lasso thread? But buttons, Scarecrow. Now. Remember who won the game dash, Breaker. I don't care. Button. Scarecrow. Give me that back. Breaker. Button. Scarecrow. Back. Breaker. Button. Scarecrow. Now they've started to fight over the remote control. I better steal it at once before they accidentally push the button. I swung the thread over my head to gain more momentum, aimed at the controller, and when I saw the perfect opening, I threw the thread towards it. One detonator switch coming dash. Buttoon. Splat you. I've got slime on my beautiful face. Scarecrow. Damn that idiot. He got in the way for the remote. What was? Monster. Printerbot, get it. Breaker. And now they've noticed me. Printerbot. I shouldn't have asked. The printing press that had produced the ballbots before deformed itself, revealing its identity as another robot. Hey, you better be ready for the lawsuit regarding any copyright laws, you hear me? Name, Printerbot. Race, Machiners MDL, BB.PR, 009. Gender, none. Level, 15. Karma value, 0. Skills, 8. HP, 250/250 MP, 0/0 SP, 101/330. STR, 150 VIT, 220 MAG, 0. Res, 180 SPD, 35 Dex, 30. Int, 70 Luke, 75. And it's strong. What's powering it up? The power of journalism. Jokes aside, this thing's not that difficult to evade, even if I can't beat it. Its SPD and DEX is garbage compared to me. I just need to watch out for any surprise attacks, then find a good chance to go for the remote when that thing's losing its balance. Asterisk VRRRR. Asterisk. And what's with the lame old machine sound? Is it an old model? Why are you aiming your fist at me like that? There's like a 20 meters length difference between the two of us. Ka-chong crash. I called it. It was a freaking rocket punch. I saw it in your skill list, so don't try to act all innocent on me here. The printerbot retrieved its right arm through the cable that connected it to the rest body, while making a stance for another rocket punch with the left. Screw SPD, that attack doesn't care about the stat at all. Time to get drastic. The moment printerbot shot out its left arm, I made a jump to dodge it and landed on top of printerbot's still withdrawing arm. I hitchhiked up to the big guy. Asterisk VRRRR. Asterisk. It managed to make a surprised sound, but I haven't gotten the time to think about that. I jumped up to the bot's shoulder and leaped off the moment I reached it. I produced a new cutting thread, and with that in hand, I swung towards Breaker on the ground. Bonsai. Eek. Breaker. The bot dodged my slash, but he lost the remote while doing so. I tried to catch it, but printerbot turned its torso 180 degrees around while keeping its left arm stretched out. I would have been swatted like a fly if I hadn't ducked at the right timing. The remote was sent flying due to the force of the arm, so I threw a new thread while keeping an eye on printerbot and Breaker. Scarecrow was still blinded by the thread on his face, so no worries there. Oh no, you don't. Breaker. Whoa, careful, you Sunday driver. That Breaker guy used his will form, and almost ran me over. These machines are heartless. I tried to move to where the remote should land, but printerbot threw another rocket punch at me, so I had to focus on dodging it. While I was busy with the punch, Breaker used the bumps on the dungeon floor to jump up in the air. I want to throw a thread his way, but printerbot is in the way. Time for my secret weapon. Open the floodgates. I activated spatial storage, and released all the river water I had stored in it towards printerbot. The pressure of the current was kept from when I stored it, so the force pushed printerbot backward. I opened another storage, this time towards the ground where Breaker was running. I couldn't have the remote broken by the water pressure, so I had to be happy with a slippery floor instead. Wohohoeya. Breaker. Success. Now to take the remo. Got it. Scarecrow. Wadash. Where did he come from? Beep. Ha. Touchdown. Scarecrow. Crash. Wadash. Eh. Breaker. Asterisk VRRR. Asterisk. Aha. Oh yeah. Scarecrow's the best. What with you guys? Scarecrow. He threw the remote at the ground, and that sound before. Beep. Beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Is that the bombs? Please don't tell me those echoes are from the bombs. What? Weren't we playing rugby right now? Scarecrow. I can with certainty say that all three of us right there with a working brain thought the same thing right then. What a astronomical idiot. Why in the world would you think that we were playing rugby? Breaker. 'Cause you all looked like you were having fun with throwing the remote around like that. Scarecrow. No, we weren't, you idiot. Breaker. The first one to snap out of the daze was the wheel robot, Breaker. He must have experience with this kind of thing, is not what I should focus on. The explosives have been activated. The bombs must be set with a timer since we're not blown sky high already. Then I need to give these guys a slip and dash. Dunk, VRRRRR. Before I noticed, printerbot had transformed back into a printing press, with the addition of 4 wheels, a printing mobile. Breaker and Scarecrow, as if having waited for this, jumped on top of printerbot. Hey, they did wait for this. So long, sucker. Scarecrow. Don't you say anything else or I dash. Breaker. The figure of the bickering bots disappeared into the horizon. Man, that press is fast. And I have to run too. The closest exit of this floor, there go my dreams of a full house on the chain quest, sniff. The Black Baron's POV. Roll my sphere bots, roll. Ahahahaha. Black Baron. The fast-talking diversion plan worked. As expected of me. There are some problems, such as the magician member of Purcell's group having access to ice magic and turned the floor into an ice rink, but no matter. Quantity beats quality. Except that the only one on my team that does give some damage to the knights and the floor boss is Assault. I'll have to take the sphere bots back to the drawing board. The magicians and the thief are acting as support while the gloved knight and the spearholder are crushing my poor sphere bots. I have to admit they've got talent in skating, but still. And that goody two-shoes Purcell is busy fighting off both the floor boss and Assault at the same time in a three-way battle royal. Wait, why's there nobody fighting me? Now I'm feeling lonely, not sucker. Crack. Ha ha. The Baron for the win. Black Baron. Those idiots were too busy with my machiners to notice that I snuck off a branch of the final tree. Oh. The boss glares at me now. Time go get out of this hellhole. Where did I put my communicator? Hurry up. Burn that rubber. Scarecrow. We wouldn't be in this situation if it was not for Breaker. A huge amount of noise came from the horizon. And why am I even surprised? The noise comes from Breaker and Scarecrow, riding on top of Printerbot in its vehicle mode. Those idiots. Who said they could leave their posts? Hey! Where are you three going? Black Baron. Sir. Well, you see, Breaker. No time to talk, boss. This place is gonna blow sky high. Scarecrow. Everyone present, be they monsters, humanoids, or machiners, stopped when they heard Scarecrow's shout. Don't tell me. You little, useless, soon-to-be placed on toilet duty pieces of scraps. Did you activate the highly explosive Kabumtonium bombs before I gave the OK signal? Black Baron. Kabumtonium. Knights. Oh yeah, that's illegal on every 7 continents. A small mistake on my part. Please forget I said anything. Black Baron. No way, mister. Now I have the perfect excuse to throw you into jail, Purcell. Shouldn't we worry about that when we're not in the danger of being blown sky high? Gauntlet Knight. The big-fisted guy's completely right. There's no time to waste here. I transformed the hovermobile into a drive mode, allowing it to use the 4 hover discs on the sides as wheels along with the hover engine on the back for increased speed. Now hurry up, gear brains. Your execution is delayed until we reach the exit. Black Baron. But I wanna buy a souvenir, Scarecrow. Ignoring the idiot, I rushed up towards the dungeon's entrance with the machiners in tow. The knights? Why do I need to care about them? My own life's the most important here. Asterisk. Asterisk. The explosion shook the nocturnal wasteland for several miles as if it was an earthquake. Even a dungeon that is made with the power of the Chaos God himself can't withstand an explosion of over 100 Kabumtonium bombs at the same time. Good thing we managed to get a few kilometers away from the dungeon. By luck, those knights should have been taken out along with the dungeon. Ha! That's what you get for trying to get in my way, knights. And you too, Glavras, for trying to sneak away from your debt. Breaker. Oops. Forgot to remove the protector headphones. What is it? Black Baron. Sir, about that branch breaker. Oh yeah, forgot all about that one. Chain quest, Bug the Knot, 3. Quest giver, Ultimate Goddess of Water, Lusalki. Quest description. Floor 3 of the Water Knot of Glavras contains a special breed of trees, unique to the dungeon. They must be part of the dungeon's machinery. Bring back some samples of 30 of these trees. A big branch of each is enough. Quest content. 30 samples of the trees located on floor 3 of the Water Knot of Glavras. 30 of 30. Rewards. Skill scroll, water resistance. If having cleared the previous quests. Lusauki's approved poison set. Unlocks, bug the knot, 4. Ha 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 ha. Now I'll get a water resistance skill scroll for every functional sphere bots that was present during the quest. I'm gonna be rich dash. Black Baron. But sir, about those sphere bots dash breaker. They went kablooey. Scarecrow. Ha 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 ha. Wait, where's all the sphere bots? The only ones here are me, the two nincompoops, Assault and Printerbot. The likes of spherebots can never catch up to my speed. Assault. That's because you are equipped with a jetpack. And the two idiots were riding Printerbot in its vehicle mode, and I was using the hovermobile, oh damn. The spherebots were too slow to escape to the surface. Their only way of high-speed movement is through rolling, which was impossible because the dungeon is underground. My plan of earning a fortune on water resistance scrolls is ruined. And it's all due to talk about an explosion. That must have finished off the spider. Scarecrow. Wait, what spider? Black Baron. Huh? Oh. Yes, the spider. A spider-type demon assaulted us while we were waiting for your orders. Breaker. It webbed my face. Scarecrow. Yes. It attacked poor Scarecrow out of nowhere. Printerbot tried to fight back, but the spider jumped on his fist and used that to creep closer dash breaker. Wait a minute, you're telling me that a no-name spider demon managed to catch a ride on this guy's, pointing towards Printerbot, rocket punch. Black Baron. It is difficult to believe, but yes. And it is not a no-name spider demon, but a darkness attribute named spider demon. Breaker. Darkness attribute and named demon. I should have known it. That blasted goddess. Not only is she so impudent to try to make the great me, the Black Baron, into a simple pawn or champion, or whatever just to win some kind of bet, now she's messing with my plans. Black Baron. I think we're safe for now. Breaker. Sweet. Let's open a can of vintage oil back at the lair. Scarecrow. Breaker. Black Baron. Why yes, sir. Breaker. You used identification on that spider. Black Baron. Yes, but why asking about that now? Breaker. The spider's squashed under a basil lion, tons of rocks now. Scarecrow. I know, but you can never be too certain with those darkness attribute creeps. Be overjoyed Assault. You're going to have identification installed into you. If you see anyone that matches Breaker's data, Black Baron. Annihilate. Assault. Yes, you are right there. He he he. Ha ha ha. Oh ho 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 HRK. Cough cough cough. Black Baron. And that, kids, is the reason not to laugh like a madman in a dead dry wasteland. Scarecrow. Purcell's POV. Asterisk spit, spit asterisk, sand, blurg. Are everyone alright? Purcell. What? You need to speak louder. Wolf, pugilist knight. The others gave similar answers. Guess they're alright. I looked at the entrance of the dungeon, completely caved in. Even the illusion effects placed around the entrance have collapsed. Even so, my experience with dungeons tells me that this one is still in one piece. I placed my hand on the rubble that blocked the entrance. I see. It's faint, but I can still feel an ether pulse from the dungeon. And from this feeling, the entrance for the dungeon has been replaced. The ruler of the dungeon must have remade the dungeon when they noticed the Black Baron's bombs, so it cut off the 3 first floors of the dungeon, making the 4th floor essentially the entrance floor, and further improved the durability for the rest of the dungeon with the ether that should have been used to maintain the cut-off floors. Still, this is a problem. We cannot expect that the dungeon will remove all these boulders now, since the 3 former floors aren't part of the dungeon anymore. And removing several tons of stone in the middle of the wasteland is not what I would call an easy task. Yeah, further exploration of this place is going to wait for quite a while. Purcell. What did you say? Sent, Magician Knight. We cannot do anything in our current situation anyway. And with this mess, I would say it would take more than half a year to clean this up. More than that when we consider the many dangers here, such as the local wildlife. I went away from the destroyed dungeon entrance and turned my attention to our 6 helpers, the floor boss and his 5 friends. I thought I was going mad when these guys threw us on their backs and ran out of the dungeon. They saved our lives. I have heard stories like this, stories about monsters that give a helping hand to humanoids, but this is the first time I have witnessed such a scene with my own eyes, let alone being the one being helped. No wonder the rest of the guys wanted to leave Avalor. Do you 6 want to come along? Purcell. I mean, they cannot enter the dungeon anymore. I do not have identification or similar skills, but the aura of a floor boss has disappeared from the evolved dinosaur. Not to forget that they saved our lives, despite being the guardians of the dungeon. That, and I miss having a ride. Oh yeah. Good job, boss. Wolf, Pugilist Knight. It's nice to finally have mounts again. Herman, Spear Knight. I want this one. Its hiding skills are almost as good as mine. Emil, Thief Knight. Then the ones with identification abilities are ours then. Dan, Priest Knight. Not that there are any other choices left. Scent, Magician Knight. You guys sure picked a good time to regain your hearing. Pat. The former floor boss patted me on my shoulder. I do not need any sympathy here, but you 5 are going to regret this during our next training session. Garami's POV. The rumbles have subsided, bonk. Ouch. Okay, now they've subsided. Stupid rock. I'm currently on floor 4. My idea was that those explosions would damage the upper floors more than the lower ones, so I thought that escaping to this floor would save me from the explosion. I mean, bunkers are underground and the floors are pretty far apart from each other. I'm just glad the whole place didn't collapse on me. Think I've used up all my luck for the rest of my life this time around. To be safe, I made some sharp turns in the many tunnels to get as far away from the blast as possible. I didn't even have the time to look out for enemies. It's a good thing they must have fled from the imminent explosion. You can't diss animal instincts, or is it monster instincts? Chain Quest, Bug the Knot, 3. Quest Giver, Ultimate Goddess of Water, Lysalki. Quest Description. Floor 3 of the Water Knot of Glavras contains a special breed of trees, unique to the dungeon. They must be part of the dungeon's machinery. Bring back some samples of 30 of these trees. A big branch of each is enough. Quest Content. 30 samples of the trees located on floor 3 of the Water Knot of Glavras. 30 of 30. Rewards. Skill Scroll, Water Resistance. If having cleared the previous quests. Lysalki's Approved Poison Set. Unlocks, Bug the Knot, 4. System Message. Quest Clearance EXP acquired. Chain Quest unlocked, Bug the Knot, 4. And a skill scroll appeared before me all of a sudden along with what appears to be a treasure chest. Wait, didn't the quest fail? The related floor was blown to smithereens and all. Did some other guy save the last needed branch before the explosion or something? Chain Quest, Bug the Knot, 4. Quest Giver, Ultimate Goddess of Water, Lysalki. Quest Description. The dungeon may be sturdy, but it is now proved to be vulnerable in certain spots. Stick a stick in the dungeon's wheels by cutting off the water lines on floor 4. Quest Content. Destroy the water lines on floor 4 complete. Rewards. Skill Scroll, Writing. If having cleared the previous quests. Lysalki's Approved Medicine Set. Unlocks, Bug the Knot, V. System Message. Quest Clearance EXP acquired. Chain Quest unlocked, Bug the Knot, V. Well, I'm not gonna, and here came another quest cleared announcement, along with another set of scrolls and a treasure chest. Yes, what? Hey, what's going on here? To clear this thing, I need to crush some water pipes. When did I? Oh. That time when I wanted to give the roaches some payback. To think you can clear the conditions for a quest even before they're released. But hey, if they're gonna give me skills just like that, then I'll take them. No complaints here. System message. Acquired skill, water resistance LV.1. Acquired skill, riding LV.1. And then to these treasure chests or potion chests. The quest descriptions did call them Lusauki's approved poison set and Lusauki's approved medicine set. Give a minute to sort things out there. The content of the poison chest is as follows. Poison chest. Vial of weak poison mixture *30. Vial of snake venom mixture *20. Vial of spider venom mixture *20. Vial of paralyze poison mixture *5. Vial of sleep poison mixture *5. Confusion poison mixture *5. Rage poison mixture *5. High-grade poison mixture *5. Lavellan poison *4. Lernean hydra poison *1. A total of 100 vials of poisons of different kinds. The weak ones seem to be weaker than my own poison bite, or the venomous abilities of Aura of Darkness. The snake and spider poisons are better than those, with the snake focusing on the potency of the poison, and the spider kind has a long time of effect. The ailment-type poisons don't poison the targets at all. Instead, they inflict the status ailment that's described, meaning paralyze, sleep, confusion, and rage. I think it would be safe to obtain the resistance skills for all those before thinking about experimenting with them, or getting an amazing slingshot. The high-grade wares are easy to get how they work, so I'll skip them for now. Then there are the 2 non-mixture vials. These guys are so potent, they don't need to be a part of a mixture like the rest, so they can be used straight away, despite being material items, yikes. The Lavellan poison originates from a racial rank B rat monster that goes by that name. Maybe it's the Grey Cave rat's super evolution. This thing's extremely deadly according to the description, so I'm not sure if I'll ever get into a situation that will be good to use this thing. And I have 4 of them. But the last guy's even worse. A Lernean hydra is an evolution of the hydra monster. You know, the many-headed, very dangerous, very poisonous snake that was one of Hercules' 12 labors. Yeah, that one. In this world, the hydra is a racial rank A dragon monster, but the Lernean hydra's a rank S. I tell you. The vial is simply the size of containing a few drops of the poison, but even then, I think it's too much. The description of this thing is telling me it could destroy a continent if not treated carefully. So yeah, this thing's gonna be stored in spatial storage indefinitely. Is this a reward or the gods' way of throwing their trash onto me? The chest itself also has some values, as it's called a royal potion chest, that can securely store potion items without the risk of being stolen, as only the owner, me, can open the box. Let's hope the medicines are better. The chest is called a potion chest. It goes on the same concept as the royal potion chest, but the difference is that the former can only store 50 items compared to the latter one that can store 100 items. And now the contents. First, we have blood red, deep blue, and striking yellow potions. 5 of each. They are respectively high potions, high mana potions, and high stamina potions. Sweet. So sweet, I think I'm getting a toothache. The effect of this stuff is way more than my total HP, MP, and SP. Is there a way to dilute one of each? Then we have an emerald green potion that's called an all-ailment restoration potions, in other words, a full heal. Works on any type of non-special ailments. There are 3 of them, oh. And there's 3 of each ailment from the poison reward. Poison, paralyze, sleep, confusion, rage, yup. That's them all. Why did I get more poison than antidotes? Onward to the next batch. GUH, this one's not useful for me right now. A high-grade repair potion. 5 of them. Only usable on items. It looks like fluid silver inside the bottle, but even so, I can't use weapons. Damn. Then this one, why's there a rainbow in the bottle? Let's see. Potion of skill growth. Increases the skill levels of a certain amount of skills, plus granting a random amount of skill points. And there's 3 of them. This must be the best until now. The only bad part is that I can't control which skill gets improved. Let's stop obtaining new skills without any thoughts and focus on increasing the levels of the ones I have now. The higher the level, the more work is needed to increase it. And I should evolve before taking this potion. The random amount could be based on the number of points you get due to your racial rank. 41 down, 9 more to go. There are 3 different types of potions left. 5 of them are of the same type, a purplish potion called Reversal Attribute Potion. A few drops of this can reverse the effect of any other different types of potions, as long as it's of a lower rank than this one. Medicine will become poison and vice versa. Kinda useful, but it won't help me to safely get rid of the 2 dangerous poisons. Then there are 3 Tears of the Phoenix. These are classified as material items, but their effects are equal to all 3 of the high-grade potions from the beginning, plus the all-ailment restoration potion. Just what is this supposed to be material for? Ignore that last part. I solved the mystery. Name, elixir. Item type, potion, medicine, rarity, go quality, B durability. Effects. Recovers 100% of the HP, MP, and SP of the user. Automatic HP, MP, and SP recovery of the user for a limited time after use. Removes any negative ailments of the user. Negates any negative ailments for a limited amount of time after use. Revival with 50% of total HP, MP, and SP recovered. Description. A potion is said to be the apex of mixing. It is said that a single drop can heal wounds, regrow lost limbs, and even revive those who have died. The tears have to be related to this thing. Heck, if I only need a single drop to bring back someone dead, then I can revive 30 people with the content of this bottle. Alright, to summarize, sorting after the rarity ranks I've got. Normal rarity. Poison antidote *3. Paralyze antidote *3. Sleep antidote *3. Confusion antidote *3. Rage antidote *3. Weak poison mixture *30. Paralyze poison mixture *5. Sleep poison mixture *5. Confusion poison mixture *5. Rage poison mixture *5. Rare rarity. Potion chest *1. Snake venom mixture *20. Spider venom mixture *20. Epic rarity. Royal potion chest *1. High life potion *5. High mana potion *5. High stamina potion *5. All ailment restoration potion *3. High grade repair potion *5. Reversal attribute potion *5. High grade poison mixture *5. Legendary rarity. Potion of skill growth *3. Tears of the Phoenix *3. Lavellan poison *4. Godly rarity. Elixir *1. Lernean Hydra poison *1. The theory of the poison set being something that the gods made just to get rid of the rotten stuff has gotten some serious backing. The elixir must be included in case I make some trouble with the Lernean Hydra poison. Bet that the next quest won't have something that crazy as a reward. It's gonna take some time for the dungeon to clean up the mess from the bombs, so why not focus on the quest on floor 5? I mean, by the current trend, the 5th quest should be on the 5th floor, right? Chain quest, Bug the Knot, v. Quest giver, Ultimate Goddess of Water, Lysalki. Quest description. Floor 5 of the Water Knot of Glavras is the location of the upper layer's control center. Steal control over it from the floor boss. P.S. It seems one cannot enter the control center from floor 5. Look after the entrance on either floor 4 or floor 6. Quest content. Either use the included hacking device to take control over the upper layer's control center, or destroy it. Click here to receive the hacking device. Rewards. Potion of Skill Growth *1. If having cleared the previous quests. Skill Scroll Golden Ratio. Unlocks Bug the Knot 6. Another potion of skill growth. I'm in. But yeah, the extra reward has shrunk to a simple skill scroll. Wonder what it does? Nah. It's better not to know. In case of the quest being impossible to fulfill, then it's better to not know what you have missed, right? Alright then, time to map this floor. Because I hope with my whole heart and soul that the entrance isn't on floor 6. Hi, it's me again. The mapping has gone smoothly. I think I've covered 40% of the upper tunnels of this floor already. Praise me. And I've yet to encounter any monsters that could spell problems. Just your regular grey cave rats and pond frogs. There's just a tiny little problem: the lower tunnels are flooded. And the reason for it is the pipeline I broke back then. Whoops. Does anyone have an ark nearby? Or a submarine? It doesn't even need to be yellow. What now? I took another look at the map over floor 4 and saw the bitter truth. Before I continue on any further, let me review the topography of floor 4. It is a tunnel network type floor, meaning it's made solely of tunnels and big rooms. An example of the latter is the room that housed the roaches before. This is further divided into 2 types of layers, one lower level and one upper level of tunnels. The roach room was on the lower level, and the pipeline I busted during my first visit was on the upper level. Then we have all the tunnels that go up and down between those two. Another piece of information is that the entrance to this floor lies in the upper levels while the entrance to the next floor is on the under levels. Due to the leakage problem that I made on my previous visit, the water keeps on running downstream from the upper to the lower level. This does make it easier to locate the entrance, as all the water flows towards the entrance now. Still no problems, you say? Even if the lower levels water levels are high enough to slow me, the glass cannon, down. And there are monsters out there that have no problem with walking in, or on, the damn water. That's a problem in my book. The worst part is, if the entrance is on this floor, then it's more likely to be on the lower level rather than here on the upper one. Damn. Should I try to dam the water somehow? Am I stupid? How can someone that's only got webs and threads at their disposal dam such a big current of water? Any other idea would be to learn a skill that would help me while I'm in the water. But I have only 2.2 skill points now, thanks to several skills reaching LV.10 while I was hunting. I also reached racial LV.9 in the hunt as well, not enough. Even with 2.2 skill points, I don't have enough points to buy a skill to help me to conquer water. If I were some other species, then maybe there would be some skills, but a demon spider that lives in the darkness. No way. There are the glavrous spiders that populate this floor, sure, but they're like a different species than me. Besides, they probably don't have any good memories of me. I flushed some of their guys into oblivion before after all. Speaking of those guys, where are they? I've searched a good 40% of the whole floor, upper and lower levels combined, and I've yet to see any monsters now except for the occasional rats and frogs on the upper level. Did they abandon the floor due to the flooding, or was it the explosion that scared them off? While we're on the missing monster subject, I haven't seen any roaches either. I've even searched their former base but nothing. That's a happy thing for sure, but it's kinda spooky as well. Then there's the problem of me going empty for places to search, as the map for the upper level's around 95% finished already. I need a way to explore the lower levels without being dragged by the current, but how? Think, Garami, think. Get those cobwebs out of your brain and think. That's it. Phew. That should be enough for today. I took a moment to admire my work. A big railing made of webs and threads had been placed above the ground, a good half meter above the water level that originated from the broken pipeline. The architect of this new structure is me. It's such a simple solution that I want to beat myself up for not thinking about it before. If the ground's no good, just walk in the air with threads. All the walking on the previous floors must have knocked me off my game, but now I'm back in business. Several skills get proficiency through the work too. Even the rogue class's class level goes up. So how many birds am I getting with this one stone again? I'm leaving the last few percentages of the upper level map to later in case I don't find anything down here. If I don't find anything even then I have to shiver search floor 6. Can the quest be mistaken and the entrance is really on floor 5? Probably not. I shouldn't place my hopes on wishful thinking like that. I'll stop for today. This work takes tons of stamina to do, and I don't wanna end up dropping into the river cause of SP shortage. Just need to look for a ladder to the upper level tunnels. It should be just this way, across the broken part of the web railing. I don't remember building it like that. Ah, it's broken. Now I get it, why's it broken? It wasn't the water current, and there are no signs of any floating rocks that could have wrecked it either. The broken part is in the middle of an X junction, but the flow of the current is going to the path I came from, meaning that any floating web-breaking trash should go the same way. Then there's something in one of the two remaining paths then. I've yet to search through either one and the path back home's untouched, so it has to be one of them. I'll take a quick frog bite, get some sleep, then do some detective work tomorrow. Good night. The next day, I started the search after the web crushers. Instead of a full railing set, I made simple ropes in the roof to climb across. They're kinda like the ropes mountain climbers use, only that mine's on the roof instead of on the mountain wall. The reason why I decided to do so is that if something attacked me while I was busy making a whole railing, then I would be toast. The hole being on the roof thing will also help me escape the eyes of enemies in these dark tunnels. I kept on searching for the tunnel until I reached a dry area. The tunnel ended in a crossroads that has a higher elevation than the other tunnels, making it a safe area from the flood. This looks suspicious, but with so many roads to choose from, I think I would rather see if there's something in the other tunnel before. Splash splash. And something is coming from the very same direction as I was thinking about. Time to go invisible. I climbed back to the roof and used my hiding skills for good measure. Running away? No way. I don't know a thing about this place. It's gonna end up with me getting lost or meeting a dead end. The unknown party is coming closer. Let's take the opportunity to figure out what I'm dealing with here, what the F***ck. Name, none. Race, Hercuroch. Gender, male. Level, 7. Condition, control. HP, 97/117 MP, 10/18 SP, 121/165. STR, 261 Vit, 70 Mag, 9. Res, 58 SPD, 59 Dex, 43. Int, 16 Luke, 79. A bodybuilder plus cockroach. And there are tons of them. Disgusting. Disgusting on too many levels. And sweaty. It feels like a sauna's passing by. Ugh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Are they using some sweating skill? Or stench? Something. Skill list. Ability skills, increased stamina, small, LV.29, increased strength, small, LV, max. Attack skills, bite LV, max. Active skills, brute force LV.2, pursuit LV.6. Passive skills, running LV.21, hunger LV, max. Leadership skills, swarm LV.48. Monster skills, exoskeleton LV, max, insect flight LV.1, crossbreeding LV.1. My bad. And there's a skill that nobody wants such a creature to have, so seriously, my apologies. Moreover, these guys are the roaches from before. And they've evolved 2 times since last time. I've studied their previous evolution, the rush roach, just to be safe, but who had expected that the rank E stage popping up? They even have the skills from when it was rushing, so I'm not wrong here. Wait a sec, I almost overlooked something. The matcha roach's condition is control. I identified some more, but they all came up with the same condition. They're controlled by someone. Looking at the different skill lists, I can see some common points, like the newly acquired skills from evolving, meaning insect flight, brute force, and crossbreeding. The first can be written off as there ain't any space to fly in, and the third from not having any partners, but brute force should have had some more levels. It's an easy skill that lets you use SP to jack up your STR for a limited time, so I see no reason for them to not use them more often. Back to the point, anyone can see that the matcha roaches are being controlled as a swarm rather than as individuals. The question is, who's the mastermind? Oh, and one more question. How did they evolve so fast? Are the matcha roaches some secret strike force for the roaches, or maybe, guess there's only one way to find out. And one road to the answer. It's the only tunnel that the roaches didn't enter, so it's the only path I can take anyway. I passed the intersection where my railing had been broken before and continued towards what should be the origin of the matcha roaches. Like the previous tunnel, this one's also elevated enough to escape the flood. The possibility of those roaches living here is increasing. It's not like I'm going in with guns blazing, but it's less safe not to confirm if there's vermin in your home or not. Danger sense is running on full throttle, but I'll run away the moment I see something too bad. Like right now, but they haven't noticed me, so I'm safe. A group of matcha roaches, guarding a hole in the wall, an entrance to a cave. Some of the tunnels go in the same direction, so let's bypass those guys. I took a tunnel going upward to an area of the upper level that I couldn't access before. You could say it's a closed-off area of the upper levels. Any machos here? Nope. Move on. I moved in the same direction as the entrance the roaches from before guarded and found an entrance, which revealed an open area. A cave. And the entrance was far from the ground. And the ruler of the roaches is in the middle of the cave. It was like a copy of the previous cave it had lived in before. Even the entrance that I looked out from was the same as the one I had used to spy the roach army before. It must enjoy being in these types of caves. A ginormous back that looked like an overgrown rotten bulb, with the foremost half being no different from a regular crush roach, except for being a size bigger than the guys that raided my home the first time I visited the floor. Name, none. Race, queen crush roach. Gender, female. Level, 27. HP, 439/439 MP, 10/10 SP, 224/237. STR, 9 Vit, 211 Mag, 7. Res, 51 SPD, 6 Dex, 7. Int, 67 Luke, 97. As I thought. The machos were under the command of a queen crush roach. A creature that has reached one end of its natural evolution line. It's still rank E in practice, but it's also counted as a rank S. This means I can't see its skills due to discern being too low in levels, but I can guess them. Including the original abilities of the crush and rush roach stages, this thing probably has some egg-laying skill to mass-produce roaches. As for why I know this, is because it's in the middle of such right now. With the many roach-related monstrosities lately, I'm not in the mood of describing the process. Ever. Another skill I can guess is some sort of leadership skill to take direct command over the queen's family, meaning its kin. It's a skill that can command an army. Quite efficient. The costs are taken care of by having the roaches search for food and EXP on their own. The reason why they only pass through the web railing must be cause their orders were something like kill all enemies, and not search for spiders that have built blockades in front of you. In other words, the machos are stupid. They were that from before, but this is on a whole new level. I could just throw one of the poisons I obtained from the quest reward and be finished with the whole queen deal right now, but what would happen to the matcha roaches? Probably go crazy and destroy anything close by. It's a damn pain, but I'm not getting any other ideas, or do I? This requires some preparations. It took a few days as the matcha roaches returned to their nest at certain intervals. They only occupied the cave as the queen was, not even caring about the backroom tunnels, where I had stayed these last days. Maybe they're not considering those places a threat. It's closed off from the rest of the dungeon, and the roaches are using the only path leading to her regularly. There aren't even pipelines here to take advantage of. If they're gonna slack on the security, then that's fine with me, since I'm able to construct my traps in peace. I just needed to stay unnoticed while doing so. There are several hundreds of matcha roaches, which are split into several groups that leave the nest at certain times, only to return with eventual prey around the same time of the day, all except for a handful of guards. The queen must think she could withstand any potential intruders long enough to call back the expedition troops. And with that bulk, I can't completely disregard it as idiotic. It's still a naive plan. There are lots of ways to incapacitate someone. The operation is happening when all expedition groups are out in the dungeon. But even then, the guards are in the way. Therefore, it's time to use the special trap that I've used half, no, 3/4 of the time I've stayed here to make. The first part was to lure the guards into the backroom tunnels. To do that, I made use of a thread control to unravel a ball of threads that hold up tons of loose rocks that I had stored to use as throwing weapons. The sound of the many rocks falling to the ground caught the attention of the guards, making them leave their post to investigate. I couldn't see it, but they'll likely step in this sticky path now. It's a little something that I made with the regular birdlime trap in mind. It won't trap whatever that stepped on it the first time, but after being worn down a little, the adhesive properties come forth at full force. By altering the amount of force that needs to be exposed to the threads, I can stick a whole group that occupies the whole corridor at the same time, instead of making a bottleneck at the beginning of the path. All the guards would be stuck together, but I don't have the time to witness that. Right after the last guard had left their post, I threw a thread to the ceiling of the cave, and used it to dangle above the queen. Before jumping down, I threw bundles of threads that I had stored in the storage towards every entrance to the cave, no matter which floor they were on. After completing the ceiling, I jumped down behind the queen, and retrieved my secret weapon from the storage. The Kegel note. I have only used it as a dictionary for all of my life, but the true worth of this tome lied in its other ability, the ability to trap living creatures inside the book and steal the use of their abilities. During my rounds of mapping the 4th floor, I've tried to use this power, but I can only capture the likes of grey cave rats, which barely have any useful abilities to their name. If I invest all my MP, then I could capture a level 2 pond frog, but nothing stronger. Count in the regeneration of my MP through MP auto-regeneration, and I could probably trap a level 5, but I would faint from MP loss right after that. So what am I planning to use the Kegel note for in this situation against the queen? Capture it. And to do that, I'm gonna be cheating a little. I opened the book so it was facing the queen, and a black vortex came out of it, sucking the queen into itself. Or that's what's supposed to happen, but the force of the vortex is too weak. A vacuum cleaner would have more power than this. I'm not even lowering the power of the book. The fault lies in the queen herself. She's too strong. The Kegel note has no problems against creatures with low stats and weak skills, but the opposite is also true. Weight, size, racial rank, level, none of them mattered for the Kegel note. It could trap anything into it. Is the theory, but when facing something that's too strong stat-wise, then the book's MP consumption rises. The same holds for any powerful skills the target may have. Therefore, I've made a backup plan in cases where I would want to use the Kegel note on enemies that are too strong for capture, grudge evil eye. The final initial skill that I picked up. Its power reduced all the stats of the target except for LUC and INT, and while it also used MP, it's only 1 point for 10 seconds use already on LV.1. The reduction of stats is based on the skill level and the residential stat of the target, meaning that the queen, with her low residential stat, is a perfect target for this skill. There's one problem, even with the evil eye weakening her, the queen's still too strong. I don't have enough MP. Therefore, it's time to use this, an MP high potion. It recovers a large amount of MP based on how much you chug down. Even your natural MP regeneration increases significantly. Not to mention the effect of passive MP recovery skills. I couldn't drink the whole potion at once. I tried a little sip before, barely a drop, but I still almost fainted due to MP overload. From just a drop. Therefore, I'm taking small sips as my MP gets drained from both the Kegel note and my evil eye. Little by little, the queen inches closer to the open book. Hurry up. Hurry before the matcha roaches gets back. Even those who are trapped could break free with that raw muscle power for all I know. The queen grasped the ground, desperate to avoid getting closer to the dark vortex. Come on, just lose your grip, Al. Ready. Swoop. Did I get her? How? It almost looked like the queen fainted, making her release the grip she had of the floor. Oh, gotta stop drinking the potion. I'm already crying tears of blood due to the excessive MP circulation. My head hurts. But what happened to the MP? The queen's total MP was only 10. The evil eye can reduce the total amount of life stats, such as MP, so it must have reached the point where the queen had practically 0 MP, making her faint due to the lack of it. Scary. I mean, just as I planned. Ha 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 ha. Crash. Ugh. They didn't even care about the webbed entrances and smashed the walls to make a shortcut instead. The Macharoach guards jumped down from the newly made hole in the wall with murder in their eyes. Stop. Don't come any closer. Just as I was thinking that the Macharoaches stopped dead in their tracks. Then does that mean? Identification. Name, Kegel note. Item type, grimoire rarity, X quality, S+ durability. Owner, Garami. Effects. Records of the world. Contains limitless information about any subject on Terra Sol, be it items, classes, skills, or species. Personal information is not disclosed. Ensnared by darkness. Allows the user to trap creatures in this item for then utilizing their most prominent power as this item's ability. Captured creatures. Grey cave rat. Bite. Pond frog. Jump pad. Queen crush roach. Kin domination, crush roach. Description. The Kegel note is a black grimoire named after a certain demon race that the ultimate goddess of darkness has a liking to. Not only does the book have information about every subject on Terra Sol, it can also store living creatures into it, and then use the most prominent ability of the captured creatures. Yup, it's there. Kin domination. It looks like a type of skill, there it is. Just give me a sec to read this. Ahem, according to the Kegel note, kin domination is a leadership skill that lets the skill holder control their kin like they were soulless dolls. The skill holder can even. Danger sense is picking up something further in the dungeon. From the same direction as the tunnel that the roaches used to explore the rest of the dungeon, and there are lots of readings and they're damn fast. Calmly and sophisticated, I placed a hand on the Kegel note that had fallen to the ground and made an order in my mind in a regal and composed manner. Stop. Don't come back to the lair. Contra order. The last order is cancelled. Therefore, don't come here. Phew. They stopped. Kin domination is damn awesome. And scary. This definitely classifies as a heretic attribute ability. I ordered the troops in the dungeon to stay at standby for now. I need to see what I can do with this power. Good thing the guards can be used as lab rats. Before that, let's go over all the system messages that I chose to ignore during the tug of war with the Queen. System message. Mana increase, small, skill level has reached LV.10. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Debuff reinforcement, the skill level has reached LV.10. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Mana increase, small, skill level has reached LV.20. You have earned 0.2 skill points. Due to Champion of Alvatria, an additional 0.2 skill points were earned. Acquired title, Mystic Arts User. Acquired skill, Magic Increase, small, LV.1. Acquired skill, Resistance Increase, small, LV.1. Acquired title, Legion of One. Acquired skill, Speed Increase, small, LV.1. Acquired skill, Dexterity Increase, small, LV.1. Yeah, it was a good idea to buy Mana Increase small before the assault. And just as I hoped, the Grudge Evil Eye is compatible with Debuff Reinforcement. The two titles came as a surprise. The Kygel note tells me that the Mystic Arts user is awarded to someone that uses 150% or more of their total MP in one fight, while you get the Legion of One title when surviving a fight against 100 opponents of equal or higher racial rank. The first one is easy to understand, but for the latter, I didn't get it despite surviving the roach raid the first time I was on this floor, but now, was it because the fight wasn't considered finished as the expedition roaches were after me until I ordered them to stand down? Probably. I'm no expert on titles, so I'm not sure. But with this, I have all the stat increasing skills except for the SP-related one. Maybe I should know. I'll get it now. Not taking the skill in this situation is just stupid after all. As for why it's stupid, it is because the kin domination ability allows the subjects to use the skills of the ruler. In other words, I'll be sharing my skills with the roaches that will do my dirty work for me. And it's important to take notice that this is sharing, not giving. You guessed it. The proficiency that the roaches obtain from using the shared skills is given directly to me. Several hundred roaches' worths of proficiency are for the taking without me having to do anything. Of course, there are some skills that the roaches can't use due to them being incompatible with the skills. These are Aura of Darkness, Spider Thread, Grudge Evil Eye, and of Identification. No clue why the aura's no good, but Spider Thread's no good as only creatures with the right traits can use it. The Evil Eye requires them to have their karma value at a -100 at one point of their life, so that's also out. And for Identification, well, they're too stupid to use it. Seems that the skill requires a certain amount of INT to be used. Damn. No matter, any other skills except for the above-mentioned and the skills that require them are free for use for the roaches. Except for darkness magic. Not that I can imagine these guys being able to use magic in the first place. Before initiating my master plan, let's pick up some more skills. Those easy-to-use 1-point skills. I looked at my status page and saw that my skills had grown to the point of granting me 3.2 skill points, even after using one on Mana Increase small. So 3 weakling skills that the roaches can farm proficiency with. I'll profit from these the moment they reach LV.30, so there's no reason to hesitate. The stamina increasing skill is a must at this point, so that's one. As for the other two, this one looks nice. It will be helpful with traps like the sticky path. Not to mention that the roaches can find this one very useful. What should I take for the last one? Maybe, why not this? It will help me in case I end up in situations like with the tree I almost failed to take a branch from. It also isn't hindered by parkour, as this one is a balance type instead of a movement type like parkour is. Alright, I've decided. System message. Acquired skill, stamina increase, small, LV.1. Acquired skill, prediction LV.1. Acquired skill, footwork LV.1. And there went my skill points. My current stats are: Name, Garami. Race, Rhea Zera. Gender, female. Level, 9. Karma value, -103. Main class, Rogue LV.2. Skills, 59. Skill points, 0.2. HP, 66 MP, 65 95 SP, 59 68. STR, 82 VIT, 60 MAG, 66. Res, 88 SPD, 98 Dex, 106. Int, 120 Luke, 150. Skill list. Ability skills. Health increase, small, LV.5, mana increase, small, LV.22, new, MP auto recovery LV.8 up 2. Stamina increase, small, LV.1, new, strength increase, small, LV.21 up 1. Vitality increase, small, LV.11, magic increase, small, LV.1 new. Resistance increase, small, LV.1, new, speed increase, small, LV.1 new. Dexterity increase, small, LV.1 new. Magic skills, darkness magic LV.1. Active skills. Aura of darkness LV.11, heresy modification LV.4 up 1, stealth LV.14, up 1, silence LV.9 up 2. Odorless LV.3 up 1, camouflage LV.14, up 1, intimidation LV.1, lightwalk LV.7 up 3. Thread control LV.16, up 3, cutting thread LV.8 up 1, piercing thread LV.4 up 2. Spatial storage LV.2 up 1. Passive skills. Whipsmanship LV.5 up 4, threadsmanship LV.24 up 2, throwing LV.15 up 2, aiming LV.9 up 3. Evasion LV.3, parkour LV.7 up 3, climbing LV.12 up 2, concentration LV.13 up 4, ambush LV.3 up 2. Battle continuation LV.1, darkness reinforcement LV.17, debuff reinforcement LV.10 up 2. Gathering LV.7 up 2, riding LV.1, new footwork LV.1, new vital point knowledge LV.3 up 1. Prediction LV.1, new parallel thinking LV.13, up 2, automapping LV.7 up 1, language adaptation. Resistance skills. Water resistance LV.1, new darkness resistance LV.5, poison resistance LV.10 up 1. Heretic resistance LV.7, heretic immunity LV.2, fear resistance LV.4 up 2. Pain resistance LV.21 new. Perception skills. Night vision LV.20 up 2, danger sense LV.23, up 1, identification LV.27 up 1, discern LV.18 up 2. Magic sight LV.24 up 2. Elements, darkness element LV.16 up 1. Monster skills, poison bite LV.12 up 1, spider thread LV.28 up 2, grudge evil eye LV.2 new. Cuckoo. It will be a pure pleasure to see the improvement of these skills, even if they're a little messy with them all like this. Cough. I cleared my throat, even when I couldn't speak, place a hand on the Kegel note, and gave an order to all the roaches in the dungeon. Order. Use the shared auto-mapping to explore as much of floor 4 as possible without dying. After that, go to floor 5 and do the same, then floor 6. In case a hidden room is located, be sure to mark it on the mental map. Use the shared skill as much as possible, and be sure to store the corpses of defeated monsters with the spatial storage skill. Fight till the death against any opponents. That's all. The guards that were still in the cave left the moment I was finished. With this, I'll not only get a massive increase in skill levels, my map's gonna be filled out in rocket speed. How about keeping the roaches as a personal army? No way. Those things are too ugly to look at, not to mention fighting alongside them. Not to mention the budget that's required to keep them fed. Better to have them exhaust themselves while working with my skills and maps. If some survive even after that, then I'll have them rampage on floor 7. That's gonna be enough to finish them off. Cuckoo.